powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Live from downtown San Francisco, this is 95.7 The Game.
All right, good morning, everybody. This is Warriors This Week with Evan Giddings and Dan Devone. Steve Risotto, a.k.a. Pasta, holding it down for us. And Dan, I hate to be the guy that starts here, but you ever wake up and just instantly regret something you did?
Oh, God, yeah. Go ahead. What did you do? Did you push send?
No, I did. I was up last night, and I was kind of paranoid, and something came across my feed where I reached out to the person and told them what I thought. It's none of my business. Just stay out of people's business. They make their choices. I want to apologize to them. If you're listening out there, you know who you are. You're probably not.
Yeah, but I think it came from a place of love. And just to put it into context, it's somebody that you know relatively well. So yeah, I think that context matters. But
still, though, I mean, who am I to, grown man to grown man? Oh, Pasta, you brought the lights on? You can do that from in there? You seen this, Dan?
Pasta's ahead of the game, man.
All of a sudden, I'm looking nice. I'm flashing. I mean, Dan.
I look like hell, man. I got these allergies. Usually, I don't have my pretty self going today.
Keep the light off, Dan. He's feeling self-conscious this morning.
Got nice headsets. I'm good to go. Woo!
Well,
let's go. Choo-choo.
Being as someone being someone who's been on television for,
I would never
decades.
Go on the air like this. I would call in sick.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's no way I would go on the air like this.
What is wrong with you?
We used to have a makeup person. I would have to call her maybe 3 hours before the show and say, hey, you got to get me in the chair early. You got to go to work on me. I got my eyes. I've been like, How
long did it take you to do makeup, before a show?
Typically, because I'm not one of those guys that would put, there were some.
Oh, please.
There were some dudes, though. I'm like,
you cannot fool me.
There's some guys literally that are putting on like eyeliner. I'm like, dude, this is not a performance of Cats. Like, what are we doing here?
You don't wear eyeliner?
Hell no.
You look like you do right
blush. Now. But on a day like today, either I wouldn't be doing the show or I'd have to get in the chair super early. And like, you need to earn your money today because I look like the backside of somebody's gonads.
The people on YouTube, they think you look good. Our boxer and Gerson work injury attorney text line will tell us if they don't. And in that case, for the rest of the show, maybe after 9:27, you can do the rest of the show with a bag over your head.
Right on.
And you feel that bad about it.
I'm not above that. Should we talk Santa Clara basketball?
Well, what kind of basketball do you want to talk?
I got ripped off.
Wow. Yesterday?
Am I the only one who saw this?
No, they didn't get ripped off, unfortunately. You and I disagree on this. I've come to grips.
Okay, wait a minute.
I've come to grips with what happened.
For a guy who takes a paycheck from the Broncos, one of the play-by-play voices of the baseball
team. May or may not have had a paycheck on the Broncos yesterday. I've come to grips with it, Dan. But we could talk this out.
Well,
what do you think?
Huge opportunity against Kentucky. They go up 3.
First time since 1996 they've been in the NCAA tournament.
And one of the blue bloods they got on the ropes. Seconds remaining. They hit a 3 to go ahead 3.
All right? Yeah.
There's 3 seconds left.
Yeah, a couple seconds.
They don't start the clock. Not only that, is it Herb Sedick?
Well, the clock stops after a made shot under 2 minutes.
But take a look at it. The clock the ball's inbounded. The clock is frozen. We're talking 2 seconds here. This is crucial. Crucial. Not only that, but their head coach is calling for a timeout. He wants to set his defense. Right after the made hoop, he is in the ref's face. Go, give me the TO. I want to set our defense. The ref does not acknowledge him. He's right there. And then they send it into overtime, does Kentucky, with a Make-A-Wish bank 3.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Who's that, Aberdeen?
Yeah.
The kid who made a half-court bank shot of his life. But this is what I'm saying, though. Number one, if you want a timeout, sprint onto the court. They have to stop the game if you're on the court.
It's a technical. You can't take that risk.
No. The moment the ball's on the baseline, because if you look at the play, it took him a split second to realize what was happening. So if you're a head coach, the moment that shot goes up and goes in, you got to know. And by the way, you see how many timeouts he had in his pocket?
A lot.
3.
Yeah, a lot.
He had 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
At any point during the last 2 minutes of the game, he could have taken a timeout to say, hey, this is what we're doing. If we're scoring, if we're back on defense. And the one thing that they did not do, which I wanted Santa Clara to win that game. Somebody foul him.
Oh, I'm not that guy.
Free throws?
No, I don't like that.
There's 1 second left in the game. 2 free throws, you're up 3.
I don't believe in that. I get it. There's just 2 schools of thought. That people
And they have no
value.
timeouts. Kentucky has no timeouts.
Yeah, but so many things can go wrong if you do that. He throws up that 3 and you foul him and he banks it in. Now you're going to the line to win the game.
No. I mean, the moment it's inbounded, hack him. There was a guy on his hip. I forget what his name was. There was a guy on his hip following him for the 2 seconds up until he got across half court. Just hack him.
Yeah, that's just. I as a coach, going back in the day, I've always had this conversation with people. I do not believe
You coaching?
in giving people points. Okay, because let's think about it. You got 2 seconds left. You've just stopped the clock. You're setting them to the free throw line. You're giving them points with the clock stopped. That is the worst case scenario when you have 2 seconds left. Now, all he needs to do is obviously miss that second free throw, or it gets kicked out and somebody shoots a 3 and you lose the game. Stopping a clock and giving another team points is just something I'm not in favor of. I'm of the belief, and I know this is sort of old school, is you got 2 seconds left. If we can't play defense and win this game, we don't deserve it. D up for 2 seconds. I don't want to get cute and send anyone to the line or give anybody points. Too many things can go wrong. I live long enough to see these things come to fruition.
Sorry, well, 100%. And what ended up happening is just what went completely wrong because the kid made a half-court shot. The other part, too, though, is if you are, number one, I wouldn't mind fouling just because there's not much time left. In college, free throws are unpredictable. There's no doubt about that. But when you have 1 second left and you're getting the ball back and there's no chance they can take the lead, that's not something I really care about. The other part is, too, if you're Santa Clara, because this is how I feel. I swear to God, me and Guru were doing a show together yesterday. It's during the commercial break. Maybe it was Graves. Graves hits the shot for Santa Clara from the wing. Oh my God, they just won the game. That's exactly what every player on the court was doing for the Broncos. If you go back and watch the play,
good call.
Every single player thought the game was over, and it was not. And they were basically just walking him up the court. There's no way in hell, clock or not, there's no way in hell he should have been able to just straight line drive past the half court line. There should have been 2 guys in front of him. But if you look at it, there's a dude in the back court with his hands up, already celebrating the win.
You know who takes blame in that? People like Steph Curry, believe it or not. I know it sounds ridiculous, but there's a generation now of players that when they hit what they think is the game winner and they're on national TV and the camera's on them, they're going to shimmy. They're going to give you a dance. They're going to give you some sort of a signature to let you know, I own the world, that this is what I do. Like, that's all part of what's baked into today's young player. And young fella, until that thing says 00, you better turn your ass and play defense. And you're absolutely right. Although I would say that the guy who hit the bucket, he was down court before everybody else. And yes, he was in celebration mode. But I want to say the other kids did pick him up.
He got a little bit of a head start. Yeah, he got a little bit of a head start. So you're going after Steph Curry early?
I'm just saying
you're going after Steph early?
It's a generational thing. I just think that this whole idea of, like, I got to do a dance, I hit a shot. Like, come on, this is the tourney, man. We'll dance in 2 seconds. Let's D up.
I just feel so bad for that team. I mean, you are right there. And it was a back and forth game. It was a really good game. I don't think anybody, I'm looking at it right now, nobody led by more than 7 points.
Good game.
I mean, there was no separation. Santa Clara was hitting a ton of threes. So was Kentucky. It was a classic March Madness sort of game. And then I don't even want to talk about St. Mary's.
Oh, boy.
They got absolutely dragged
so
under.
So did my Rainbows.
Well, of course, we found out, right before tip, the best player was sick and couldn't start.
For the Bows?
No, for St. Mary's. Oh, well, the Bows got absolutely.
No, that thing was over.
Yeah, they got bleep canned. Yeah. Although I was rooting for the Bows. I got a little love for the 808.
No doubt.
Speaking of which, from the 808, Payday Friday is going to look sweet. That OT's kicking in all day. You know it. Saturday mornings with my guy Dan.
Hey, before we get off college basketball, how about Nebraska?
We don't have to get off college basketball.
Nebraska won their first. They're like a
football
powerhouse.
In football,
I know, but you would think that if you're the University of Nebraska, the school that produced Hoiberg's your head coach, former NBA coach, I don't know who, Ty Lue went to school there. You would think that in the long storied history of your basketball program, you would have won at least one NCAA game. That was the first win in the history of the school. How does that happen?
I actually don't know. I was not aware of that until I saw it. I mean, they're good. They're good too, by the way.
Their first win was last week.
Well, it ain't like they're putting out All-Americans every single year. I'm just looking up and down this. Yeah, you're right. They got Ty Lue. Am I pronouncing this right? Eric Piatkowski.
Yeah, back in there was someone who was with the Sonics, or Rich King, I think.
Hoopin? Yeah, Rich King was a first-round pick. And then you got a bunch of, you got to go back to the 60s. I mean, yeah, this ain't exactly a who's who of.
You would think there'd be 1 year where the stars were aligned and you'd win a game.
Well, that's true. Even Hawaii had won a game.
No kidding.
They beat Cal back in 2015, I think it was.
Siena, who has won a game. There's teams in that tournament that have.
Iona. No, a lot of these mid-majors. Oh, did you see who was my guy for maybe it was St. Louis, which is on playing Michigan right now. There was a head coach for one of those mid-major teams because Miami also won their play-in game to advance. They got absolutely housed by Tennessee. But one of the mid-major head coaches, God, I want to get this right. He was hilarious. Pasta, I'll find it for you during the break. But basically, they walked up to him and said, "How you feeling?" And he goes, I bet a major conference is going to schedule us now. They said we didn't play anybody. Well, look who we played now." And then
I love the first round. I love when these small schools get opportunities. What was it playing last night? Cal?
Maybe it was VCU's coach, which was also
the guy that said he
incredible.
wanted to fire his coaching staff.
Was that real? I thought that was a joke.
I don't know. Apparently, there's some controversy right now around it.
Well, yeah. If you said publicly you're going to let everyone go, that's like Pasta walking in, Dan, and we're talking to him in the morning, and he goes, "Yeah, I think I want to work on a new show." So, how long have you been harboring these thoughts for? I thought we were family. Pasta, if you feel that way, just talk to me beforehand.
Like I have that option.
Well, damn.
Nah, I'd stay with you guys.
You know what's beautiful about the first round?
Everything.
All these small schools. I love it. Like Cal Baptist? I don't even know what the hell that is.
Oh, the Lancers. Yeah, Big West.
And, they're making a little move on Kansas and going nuts. Kansas had to call a timeout. I know. It was an early run. They actually got... How about... I don't even know who Long Island University is, and I didn't even know Long Island had a university, but I was pulling for them bastards. There's no doubt. Long Island? Are you kidding me? Long Island.
There's a guy here...
Costanzas live out there.
There's a guy here at Odyssey who's from Long Island, and so I asked him, I was like, he's not a big sports fan, but he's in sales, a really nice guy. And I go, "Who are you rooting for in the tournament?" He goes, "Hofstra." So I hate to break it to you, buddy, but they lost by 20 about 30 minutes ago. No, some of these late pushes, and it sucks now because I think there are definitely less upsets from the small teams than there was even like 5 years ago. NIL's really changed a lot, Dan, but you're getting some of these teams in the first round. You're learning some of these names. Who's my guy? Suter for Miami of Ohio, Northern Iowa. Actually, those are the conferences. Like, there was a guy back in the day who I just absolutely fell in love with because they kept winning the Horizon League, which is up north. Yeah. But South Dakota State used to have this player named Mike Daum, who was a 6'9", lanky Caucasian forward, but he averaged like 20 and 12. And this guy would give it to any. He was a good shooter. This guy would give it to everybody. And every single year, Mike Daum would be in the tournament because South Dakota State and the Jackrabbits just had an absolute monopoly on that league while he was there. But now, because all those guys are probably getting checks from, whoever in the SEC or the Big 12, there's not as much parity, I think, from some of those smaller conferences.
Has anyone been upset in the first round?
Well, there's been upsets, yeah. I mean, VCU technically was an upset. Who was the big one on? I think it was on Thursday. The big one was...
Duke barely hung on.
Oh, it was High Point, 12-5 over Wisconsin. That was probably
that's right.
Yeah, that was probably the big upset. And then VCU was 11-6. Texas, 11-6. You want DeBoncha? He's a first-round exit.
They're out?
Yeah, BYU lost.
Wow.
To Texas. Although, you see DeBoncha's line?
What did he say?
He played every single second of the game. He had 35 and 10. Literally nobody else on BYU showed up in that game. They went 4 for 22 from 3. How much do you take away from the tournament if you're looking at like a draft? Golden State Warriors, they got the 11th overall pick because they keep losing games and they're going to fall out and, flame out in the 9-10 and then they're into the lottery. Are you actually watching these NCAA games like, all right, that guy could be a Warrior?
Well, I think what happens is it's not necessarily the DeBances of the world, but rather it's some of the guys that are on the fence that have big tournaments that suddenly make a name for themselves and have some momentum going into the NBA draft that suddenly get on people's radar. But DeBances, man, that dude's going to be a star, man. See, back in the day when I was a kid growing up watching this stuff, you don't remember Loyola Marymount.
Hank Gathers?
Hank Gathers story in that year. That was special.
I've seen the documentary.
With Bo Kimball. And they were the Warriors before the Warriors. That was Paul Westhead, and they just got out and they ran, and everybody shot. Per Steamer was your big guy who would throw the outlets. Jeff Fryer. It was Loyola for crying out loud. Out of what? The WCC, whatever.
WCC, yeah. The Guru of Go. Paul
Amazing.
Westhead.
He finally got bounced by Michigan, but they went all the way, I want to say the grade 8.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. That was a up-tempo, perimeter-based, just get as many shots up as possible sort of offense or just approach for that team. Feels like that's how everyone plays now in college.
Exactly.
See how fast these teams are? See how fast these guys are? Like, they are ready for the NBA. These guys on Kentucky? Please.
I know somebody who doesn't play fast because they can't.
But wait.
Come on, man.
Wait.
Is the pause for dramatic effect?
I give up.
Well, it's Steve Kerr's ancient Golden State Warriors.
Well, they're actually pretty young right now because they're hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I think it was Sam. So yesterday, Lubman was filling in for Spadoni. And during the crossover, we were talking about Guru was really hot on, how do you end a career, right? If we're talking about Curry, like how do you really end things off on the right note? And Sam says something like, yeah, it's just, what's going to be there when Curry's gone? We're going to be watching a bunch of nobodies. And I looked at him, I said, what are we watching now?
Yeah.
Especially on a night where guys are hurt, right? And I love Melton. Porzingis got hurt last night. Didn't come out for the second half.
Who?
Shut up.
Did he really?
Just shut up.
What happened?
Shut up.
KP got what? He got hurt?
Yes.
You got to be kidding me.
Didn't come out of the locker room. It was it was a serious injury.
Wow.
And now he's not available tonight in Atlanta.
Jesus, he's like the Lou Gehrig of basketball.
No, it was a back injury.
My good. Are we talking about the same guy? KP got hurt.
It's Cal Ripken.
Come on.
He'd played in 5 of 6 games, Dan. He was making progress.
Don't believe. You know who's playing this year? Who's played in like the last 40 games?
I don't
Zion.
know. Jalen Duren.
The Doughboy.
He ain't no doughboy. You see him, he's lean and mean.
Yeah. But that's what happens.
Go get him this summer.
And believe it or not, they're going to extend him. New Orleans is nuts.
They're not bad, though.
After all this, they're going to. I know. This is so New Orleans. They're like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't scratch this thing and start anew. Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion. And then watch. This time next year, they'll be in the exact same spot in the lottery because half of those boys will quit on them or somebody will get injured.
Yeah, they're probably going to get hurt. But, well, no, look, DeJounte Murray's back.
He's playing really well.
Yeah, they're not a bad team. I wouldn't expect them to take a step backwards next season unless Zion's hurt. But you know what they've actually done? The Pelicans, Freudian slip. They're doing the Warriors some favors because the Warriors keep losing games, and so do the Clippers. Warriors have lost back-to-back. Clippers have lost 4 in a row. 1 game out of 9. It's actually Portland that's the 8th.
So what do you?
Portland's the 8th seed right now.
Are you still trying to ascend?
Well, you can't go any further down. Dan, there's 7.5 games out of the 11th seed.
You do not want
with 13 games to play.
But I'd rather have the 11th pick in this year's lottery than trying to move up.
All right, we're going to do an exercise right now. Vent for a second.
I'm just saying, like, the idea of looking forward and trying to catch anybody, again, I know I'm that dude. I'm on Danavone Island. Everybody's getting excited. You're going in the wrong direction, people. Oh, and I got a bone to pick with your guy.
Who's my guy?
Your guy this past week. So on my Instagram, and I'm not a big social media guy, but on my Instagram, for some reason, my algorithms, I get these little sound bites, these little clips, whatever you call them, from 95.7 The Game.
Well, you're welcome, because I always bestow wisdom and knowledge on you.
Yes, and so apparently there was a back and forth with you and Guru, and I could have sworn, I'll have to play it again, where Guru was entertaining getting Giannis. Please, for the love of God, we're not doing that, are we? For the love of God.
If he's available, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. It's not going to happen, but...
I mean... I know you're just trying to get me going early here.
No.
Still a European, man.
Did you see, by the way, that the Bucks want to shut him down?
Yeah.
And he said no.
I know. He wants to play.
Yeah, so he ain't going anywhere. He's going to be a Buck for life.
He is. Would you give that guy 270? He wants 5 for 270.
If I didn't have to give up a draft pick, yeah. Like, if I'm the Bucks, I re-sign him, sure. That's why. He's a great player.
It's too much.
Dan,
Maybe if you're the
Dan, he's one of the 5 best players on the planet.
Not right now, though. See, that's the problem. That's the issue. You have to look at what it is you're investing in right now. Right now, he's on the wrong side of 30, and he just played the least number of games in his NBA career, and this has been a trend over the last 4 years. Now it's a knee. It was the calf. This is only going to accelerate. That's the issue I have with GMs, is that they romanticize about Giannis and they do what it is that you just did. He's one of the greatest players of all time. I'm going to give you whatever the hell it is that you want. Not for this version. I'll give you something, but I am not giving you the farm for this version of Giannis. And if you're the Warriors and you're Warrior fans and you want Giannis, talk to that man. I'm not even going to entertain your insanity.
We're not talking about trading for him. We're simply talking about paying him.
We got to trade for him.
People are saying, by the way, on the Boxer and Gerson working to return his text line, that we got to pay Pasta more.
Why?
Well, because he's the best in the business. That's why.
No, that's
one of the greatest texts that has ever come through that text line.
Yeah, it was from my cousin. All right.
How do they know you're not taken care of?
Look at him.
They're smart.
Look at
Oh,
him. Wow.
look at him.
Wow.
He's wearing a 95.7 The Game hoodie
That I paid for.
that he had to pay for out of his own pocket.
You had to pay for our merch?
What are we doing here?
Come on. Crying out loud.
No, we're stay off my timeline, okay?
What timeline?
I don't know, the one that got you all riled up about Giannis. I don't even remember what you're talking about.
Why?
That was 3 days ago and 12 hours of radio ago.
Yeah. Oh, was
I
it
don't
on
keep
your
track of these
timeline?
takes.
Is that
What?
where I got it from?
I don't know. So
Are you talking to my
I
Instagram
can
feed?
barely see your eyes.
Yes. On your Instagram feed, is that where I got it from?
I don't know. Maybe.
I got
no, it's
like-
probably from 95.7 The Game.
Yeah.
So you are on social media.
Yeah, I go on there once in a while.
You're on LinkedIn. You worked on Trace Jackson Davis yet for us?
No. Chase Jackson Davis ghosted me. He went dark.
Well, he hasn't been playing a whole lot lately.
Is he even up with them?
Yeah, he's on the Raptors. He's getting 3 minutes
Sure
a
he's
game.
not down in the G League somewhere?
Last I checked, I know he's played. What's it like? 4
I know
4
he'll be
minutes a game.
playing tonight.
Yeah. See, this is a big day for you. This is a really big day for you. You see what he did last night?
I did not. He didn't play.
Exactly.
Oh, right.
He sat because we're
He's
talking
getting ready
about
for tonight.
Well, yeah, the Warriors and the Hawks play tonight. Is this the most? I'll throw this to the listeners at 888-957-9570. Is this the game you've looked forward to the most since the trade deadline?
Well, what else you got to look forward to?
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, for sure.
Slim pickings, but
It's this and then the return of Steph Curry, and that's all you got. And then a play-in game, and then you're out. And
well, you can win a play-in game or two.
I hope you don't.
Why not?
Because you want to get in that lottery. You got to go young. Young people, go young.
Oh, this was what I was going to do. I was looking at the history of the 11th pick. Obviously, Klay Thompson was the 11th overall pick.
It's not good. I know.
Cam Johnson's a pretty good player. Malik Monk.
Well, let's look
Doug McDermott.
more recently.
Myers Leonard.
How about the last 2 years?
Actually, the last 2 years I don't have here. Devin Vassell was 2020.
Really? Okay, there you go.
That's not bad. He's a good player. Yeah, what are you looking forward to? Good Lord. Possibly. We got to get these phone lines unlocked, buddy.
You still want to give him a raise? Guy's sleeping back there.
Yeah, I feel like that text is no longer valid.
I'll tell my cousin to rescind it. Come on, Dan. What are we doing here? Last night, the Warriors lose to the Pistons. They lose Kristaps Porzingis.
Wow, what? Wait. Pasta. Seriously, in all seriousness.
No, what? That...
Breaking news, please.
There is
Just
no...
give me the breaking news.
95.7 The Game breaking news.
Just has occurred to me, this has just come down the wire, that Kristaps
You're an ass.
Porzingis will not be available. Apparently, he has restrained his lower back. Kristaps Porzingis, again, I repeat, breaking news, is hurt. This, of course, comes as a shock to all of us.
He's questionable.
That KP will be questionable for tonight's game. Unbelievable. Is he really hurt? Is he really hurt?
Yeah, he hurt his back last night, Dan.
Unbelievable.
Also, the injury report hasn't been submitted for today, but right now is
He
game
ain't
time.
playing. Plus, it's a back-to-back.
Well, that we knew anyways, but that's okay. 888-957-9570
He's
is
a
the
good
number.
dude, though. I hope he does well. I would love to see him in the Warriors.
This guy is a ball player.
Crap all over him from the moment he's been here.
No, it's just he can't.
It's because of what he represents. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I like the guy. Listen, if Atlanta's going to trade Kristaps Porzingis, I should tell you everything you need to know. Why would Atlanta want to move off of Kristaps Porzingis? They're not a good basketball team.
Atlanta?
Yeah. No, now they are.
Oh, I was going to say they just won 11 games in a row.
I'm saying at the time, they're circling the drain, and they're like, hey, you want Kristaps Porzingis? Dunleavy. Yeah. Are you serious? Is he available? Of course. Give it to me.
All right. Warriors this week continues on the other side.
I'm going after Dunleavy, and I'm going after Kerr strong for the next 3 hours.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, during this commercial break, I'm going after pasta. We'll be back on this on Warriors this week on 95.7 The Game.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Tune in for Warriors Live today, presented by Xfinity, your home court advantage. Brought to you by Xfinity. Watch all your favorite teams all in one place. Xfinity, imagine that.
Looking for a meaningful career? Join us at the County of Alameda Job Fair on April 24th from 1 to 5 p.m. in Oakland. Meet hiring managers in IT, healthcare, public safety, and more. Connect, learn, and build your future with us. Register today at acjobs.org.
All right, I need avocados, bananas, salad, steak.
Wow, does your grocery list have multiple pages?
No, but I skipped lunch, so now it's like my stomach is doing the grocery shopping. And besides, I'm earning cash back with Upside.
Upside? What's that?
Hold up, you haven't heard of it? Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you shop at gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants. And they added Lucky and Food Max stores, so we're pretty much covered wherever we go.
All those stores?
Yep, so not only are we getting a great deal on groceries, now we can earn cash back as well.
Okay, downloading Upside. Now let me copy your grocery list.
Great news! Lucky and Food Max are now on Upside. Download the Upside app and use the promo code SAVE9 to earn a 10% cashback bonus on your first grocery purchase. That's promo code SAVE9 for a 10% cashback bonus. Use promo code SAVE9.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Bay FC fans, it's the first California rivalry match of the season on Saturday, March 21st at 5:45 p.m. Bay FC hosts Angel City FC at PayPal Park as they honor the players who wear the Bay FC crest and the Trailblazers on and off the pitch who paved the way. Grab your tickets now.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-708-5977. 800-708-5977. 800-708-5977.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, it's Willard for Underdog, and the tournament is back. Let's do this. The upsets are inevitable. Underdog is the best place to get in on this action, and we're looking for specific players to show out in this tourney because you can make picks and win money right now in California. As you know, playing on Underdog is easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going higher or lower on any stat. Point, rebound, assist, whatever it is, get your picks all right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. In this tourney, I do have my eye on the stars, like A.J. DeBonsa, BYU. He's going to want to show out. This is his last chance to show out for the NBA. I like higher on a lot of his numbers, especially points and rebounds. Download the app today. Use my promo code Willard to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first 5. Again, the promo code is Willard. Got to be 18 or over. Present in California. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details if you're concerned with your play. 1-800-RESET or ncpgambling.org.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years? Like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models. Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Kick off the 2026 Bay Area hot rodding season at Good Guys 42nd All-American Get-Together, March 28th and 29th at the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton. For more info and your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets courtesy of Good Guys, visit 957thegame.com.
Santos with a bounce pass to Richard. He'll fade left sideline. Back to Gee. To Cryer. Cryer comes out to create space. Off the screen. Backs up into a 3 off the dribble. Good. Cryer, who has absolutely no fear for an undrafted rookie, nails the triple. And the Warriors on an 8-2 push. They trail by 1, 20-19.
Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
What else can I help you with, Dan?
AJ, cry to your mama. Kings of Leon.
It's really fun to see LJ tonight.
His name's LJ, not AJ.
Does it matter?
No, the whole point was I can tell you what a billiken is.
What is it? It's a bird.
It's not a bird.
Just told me it's a bird.
It just because it looks like a bird doesn't mean it is a bird.
Sets me up, Pasta.
They call bird why? Because it looks like a bird.
We just went through this before we went on the air, and when we get on the air, he corrects me.
No, I lead you astray from time to time, but then I bring you right back to where you need to be. The Billiken is obviously the mascot of St. Louis. It's kind of like an elf. It's like an elfin figure. It's supposed to be a good luck figure.
Oh, okay.
So that's what the mascot is. It looks demented, honestly. It looks like something out of a horror film that if it was charging at you, you would be
like a gnome?
peeing down your pants.
Is there more like
I would say a gnome is fair. Yeah.
Certainly not an Irish leprechaun then.
It's supposed to represent things they ought to be. That's what a billiken is. Are there any other mascots from college basketball yesterday or today that I can help you define?
It's interesting because I was reading a little Marcus Aurelius as I do from time to time, and it really made me think. And I'm like, God,
Meditations.
I should not go on the air and do what it is that I do. Because he basically says people of opinion do not just let the world be. Like, if you have to have an opinion, you're not accepting the world for what it is. I'm like, God, should I go after Kerr?
Well, I will say, as someone who's studied a little, like, rhetoric is about the art of debate. And so the majority of it is, kind of Greek or sometimes Roman literature. That is rich considering the people of opinion, especially in the Senate of Rome. That's about all they did. Marcus Aurelius, great man, wise man. Maybe take a little bit of your own medicine. You know what I mean?
You know who the modern day Marcus Aurelius is? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Russell Crowe. Oh.
No, I mean the guy that I actually listened to. And I'm like, well, those are words of wisdom. Neil deGrasse Tyson is just like, he's an astrologist.
I know who he is. I know who he is.
He's not an astrologist. Oh, my God, that's the biggest insult in the world. He's an astrophysicist.
Oh.
Astrologist. Oh, God, I'm sorry. He's not sitting there.
He's the smartest guy I've ever seen.
He's not
I don't even know what he does.
Reading your signs.
No, he's a smart man. I'll give you that. Yeah, absolutely. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What did he say the other day?
He's no Bill Nye the Science Guy, but he's pretty good.
He said something that was just so remarkable.
Was it something about, like, puts into perspective how far a planet actually is away, how fast they move. And then at the end of that video that you're watching, because you're doom scrolling down TikTok, you hear the wah, wah, wah.
Well, this isn't what he said, but it made me think, as being a quote unquote, I'm not a vegetarian, but he's like, you people who think, like, we all kill food to eat. Everything that we do, we kill so that we can eat. Aside from, I think he pointed out there was like a handful of things like honey. But aside from that, and he's like, for those of you that don't eat meat and you do it on a moral ground, like eating baby lettuce is just as cruel.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it that far.
No, I know, but he's just making these. He just makes you think.
Yeah, and you love to think, don't you?
What are you supposed to eat then?
About ripping people.
Well, I'm recalibrating.
We could go see him on tour. He's touring in Duluth.
Is he really?
Yeah, let's go to Duluth.
Should we go down to Southern California? Maybe is he double billing with your guy?
I walked right into that one. Yeah, he's not going to be there.
Jeff Pearlman?
Yeah, we'll go
Duluth, Minnesota?
Oh, yeah. What's it like, 35?
You haven't been up there?
35 below on a good day?
I actually wrote a story about a summer league team in Duluth, the Duluth Huskies in the Northwoods League, I think.
Man, that sounds inviting, the Northwoods. Hey, why don't you come play in the Northwoods?
Duluth has an incredible hockey program. Duluth is one of the best, top 25 programs in the country.
What the hell else are you going to do there?
The Bulldogs. See, there's University of Minnesota Duluth. There's University of Minnesota Mankato. And by the way, if we're speaking of mascots, those would be the Moondogs, the Mankato Moondogs.
Right? I know the Gophers.
Adam Thielen. They're golden Gophers, Dan. They're golden.
Are there a lot of Gophers in that part of the country, apparently?
I don't know. Actually, no, I spent a decent amount of time in Minnesota, mainly Minneapolis, but the campus is like, it feels a little bit like Berkeley, I'd say. It's a college area. There's kind of a big city around it, but that actual neighborhood, Dinkytown, where the campus is very kind of off to the side.
Can you name their most famous athletic alum? I'm doing this off the top of my head. So
Minnesota? Yeah. Dave Winfield.
Wow! He just climbed right back to the top spot.
Count the bucket. Yes, sir.
There
Drafted in 3 sports, I believe.
Giddings is back. The old soul.
Well, this is why I hate that you and I will get into it every so often on these weekend shows, because I know you don't have this hate in your heart, Dan. I know that.
No, it's not hate. I just have to, I'm a good cop, bad
I know
cop.
that you read Marcus Aurelius and you feel that these opinionists, these takeists, that you try to don their cape every single Saturday and, come down my road about this team.
I have to. Otherwise, the show's boring. It's entertainment at the end of the day.
No, I know. So how are you feeling today after watching, especially the week that was with the Warriors?
Oh, I'm still where I was last week. I'm still, I'll be in the same sort of space for a while. That
they played good against your New York Knicks.
Yeah. The Knicks are just bad. I mean, after you saw the Knicks, now granted, it's one game and the Knicks were coming off a long West Coast
and
road
then they
trip.
beat the Wizards.
Yeah. They did beat the Wizards. But, I mean, if you see the Knicks and then you see Boston, two teams that are vying for now what could be the number 1 seed now that Cade Cunningham's out. I mean, those are two teams that I mean, granted, it's just one game, but Boston looks like it's in a completely different level than that of the New York Knicks these days. Boston's for real. That energy, the buy-in, Tatum back. The Knicks they're just weird, man. I don't know. Maybe they'll ramp it up again in the postseason, but.
I mean, they won 5 in a row. Yeah. But the thing about the East is I find it hard to figure out who I want to pick to come out of that conference. Boston is, I think, the clear favorite. And I don't know if it's...
You're putting Detroit to bed already?
No, I think Boston would be the betting favorite coming out of the Eastern Conference. I think they have a little more. Obviously, they have the experience. And Detroit is only played in one postseason series together. But Boston's a team that, like, let me run this by you. I think that in sports, in companies, it helps to have a hierarchy, an understood hierarchy. And one of the things that always kind of threw me off about the Celtics, and I know they won a championship, but I never really knew. I thought that Tatum was the best player. But Jaylen Brown in those finals that they won was, finals MVP. Now, because of the injury to someone like Tatum, there is a clearer hierarchy of who is that team's best player. And for example, on, Wednesday, when they beat the brakes off the Warriors, I mean, Jaylen Brown had 19 points, went 8 of 9 in the first quarter, and you're just like, damn. I know JT's out there. I know they got some. That Jaylen Brown is their best player, and he might be a top 6 or 7 guy in the league right now.
I think this sounds really cruel, but the best thing that ever happened to Jaylen Brown is the injury to Jason Tatum. He is now clearly the alpha. This guy is one of the best players. He's one of the top 5, 6 players in the NBA. I don't think that growth happens if Tatum continues to do what it is that he's doing. So you're right. There is clearly a pecking order, and it starts with him as the alpha and the number 1. And I don't think that happens. And you know what, again? This gets back to, we had a conversation this time last week, and it was on the heels of the Minnesota victory over the Golden State Warriors, and I was heaping the praises of one Ant-Man and Anthony Edwards just doing his work from the mid-range. I love seeing Jaylen Brown just get you down, and then that little fade, that little turnaround. I'm sorry, man. I just think watching Steve Kerr's offense bores the hell out of me. I know he has to do what it is that he has to do, but this idea of just jacking up threes, inside out, swing, 3, break, get back on D. Maybe we're hot, maybe we're not. I don't know. I get it. You got to do what it is that you got to do, and a lot of that is personnel driven. I just really enjoy it. You know what? Marcus Aurelius. Will you just shout that out to me from time to time? Marcus Aurelius. Let's just focus on the good here, and that is Jaylen Brown. Forget about what it is I said about Steve Kerr and the Warriors.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Golden State.
Jaylen Brown, and I love watching a guy doing all his work sort of in that mid-range, all with a little shimmy with the shoulders, head and shoulder fake, and just going to work from like 16 to 20 feet from the hoop.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that
same
was
with the other guy. Jalen Brunson does all of his work mid-range.
Yeah, I mean, he still takes, some threes, but you're right. That's where they're trying to get to. I mean, but the difference, though, is, Dan, is those guys can also go right by you. And Jaylen Brown can go over you. I think one of the reasons he's such a force in the post is because you have to respect his quickness, and it feels like even his handle's a little tighter than it was a couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago, remember he said he couldn't move with his left hand, which is why I give Jonathan Kaminga, people are like, he can't put it on the floor. Look at Jaylen Brown and what it is that he was able to do with his handle in terms of improvement over the last 2 years. 2 years ago, people were like, Jaylen Brown has no handle, especially if he's trying to put the ball in his left hand. It was a joke. And I think it actually crept into his head. He was so bad.
Well, he's got more of a bag right now than someone like Kaminga, but...
Oh, for sure. By the way, speaking of astrologists, did you see this? He was asked why, as the leader now of this team, why he's able to connect with this team. And he's a really smart guy. He studied poetry here.
Kaminga?
No, we're talking about Jaylen Brown. He studied poetry here at the University of California.
He's a different dude. He took like grad level courses as a freshman at Cal.
So he points to the fact that he studies every player's astrological sign. And therefore...
No, don't do this.
I'm just saying, this is Jaylen Brown. He's like, therefore, I know how to communicate with them.
Yeah, sure.
Because of their astrological sort of when it was that they were born. And so I know how to relate to a certain Pisces as opposed to a Leo on a different way. So he's taken it to a very different sort of cerebral level when it comes to communicating with his team.
He's taken it to a place of...
Do you not believe in astrology?
No, I don't, Dan. In fact, this is a problem I have on every first date. Is the second question I'm asked is not, how are you? Or, what do you believe in? What do you want out of life? It's, what month were you born?
Yeah.
And I say, I don't know, August.
Oh, see, because then they're like, well, it makes sense.
And they're like, he's a Leo. Well, we got to be careful with him. And I go, okay, you know what? Actually, let's do this. So
But you fill out the dance card, though.
I'm in between therapists right now. So I'll just walk up to the woman and say, you know what? Tell me about myself. Since you know me so well, we've been on the first date together. It's been 10 minutes. In fact, now that you know exactly when I was born, what time of day, at what hospital, we can go through every single lick of information you want. Just tell me about myself. That's really what I came here for.
But what's scary, if she was just to Google Leo and give you the laundry list of what Leos typically are, she may nail you. You're a grumpy old soul that's a smart bastard with I don't know, man.
No, it's actually some of the stuff that people have told me about. I've never really looked at it, but some
I'm a
people
Leo
have told
as well.
me. Oh, are you?
Yeah, so I'm impatient.
Maybe that's why we get along so well.
There's something else. There's things that I'm stubborn. Or
but I thought that similar zodiac signs, maybe they don't get alike, or there's ones that are more compatible. I don't know. Pasta, do you know your sign?
I don't have a clue.
Of course you don't.
Pasta.
Yeah, ever since we put you in line for a pay raise, you just jumped off the cliff. You suddenly you're no longer smart, and then you're pushing the wrong buttons for the last 20 minutes.
I mean, nothing, all respect, very respect, much respect. I don't know.
When were you born? We can take care of this
April
right now.
22nd.
So I think you're an Sagittarius.
So it's coming up, I guess.
Sagittarius.
Actually, a month from tomorrow.
Hey, a Sagittarius, would you say?
Sagittarius.
Ninth sign of the zodiac. All right, Pasta. Sit back and let me tell you about who you are.
I just looked it up. I'm a Taurus.
He's a Taurus. He's a bull. You're the bull.
Wait, you're a Taurus?
I'm a Taurus. So
there's no chance.
What does that even mean? You're the one that's saying that you don't believe in this stuff. Yeah, you're saying no chance.
Well,
what does that even mean?
We're going to tell you who you are. Go ahead.
Because I'm going to tell you about who you are, and you're going to tell me why I'm wrong. All right.
I bet you we nail him.
Stubborn. The bull. Creatures of habit that can be uncompromising or resistant to change. Look at him. Does that sound like Pasta?
Yes, it is. One for one.
Stubborn.
Dude.
Yeah, well, that's one of the traits of a Taurus.
What else? Also,
patient and persistent. They work hard and are patient, preferring to take their time. It kind of flies in the face of stubborn. They are practical and grounded. That does sound like Pasta.
It's casting a wide net, though.
But that's what all of these are generic. All right. Weaknesses: stubborn, possessive, uncompromising, and sometimes materialistic. Pasta, you need to work on yourself, buddy.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Are we done with are we done with the zodiac part?
See, we all have our limitations behind. And this is Marcus Aurelius as well. We all.
I was just about to say it.
Quote unquote, we like the front. But when we go home, we all have our temper tantrums. We all do things that if we were to do this in the public vein, we'd be very, very embarrassed. And I don't know why. You know why I thought of that?
I'm embarrassed right now.
I also saw this on Instagram. Did you see the hidden video of the woman from The Bachelorette?
You're going to have to fill me in.
Well, I
don't watch reality television.
Neither do I. I've never watched The Bachelorette. So hold on. Bachelorette.
Now, this is the one where there's one woman or there's one woman. Who is it? I think Kevin Durant dated one of the Bachelorettes.
So she just looks, if you were to watch her, you would think that she's just a nice. And they canceled the show after this video leaked of her beating the crap out of her boyfriend, husband, not sure who it was. And this is back in 2023. I mean, just like vicious. And her kid was in the room. She's throwing chairs. Just goes to show you never know. You never know. And she's this sweet bachelorette if you were to see her on ABC. And they said, no, we ain't running this show, man. You be psycho.
Like Ellen Nordegren?
She's psycho?
No, I'm just saying.
The ex of Tiger Woods?
Yeah, the one who took the golf club to him?
Oh.
Or tried to hit him with a golf club? Is that what you're talking about? That sort of thing?
Yeah. But more physical, pulling his hair, punching him, just going off.
I want to ask you a question, but I think I want to do it during the break just because I'm not sure if it's appropriate for
Warriors, for crying out loud.
No, I was going to go to Mitch.
Oh, of course.
Hey, Mitch. Mitch is in New Jersey. Talk to us, Mitchie. How you doing? It's been a few weeks, buddy. How you been?
Whose fault is that? How you doing, Evan? Dan? Pasta, how you guys doing? Hope everything's well.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, Mitchie, we've been worried about you because we saw that you called in and then you dropped off 2 weeks in a row. We had an APB on you. We were going to send people out to Jersey. We have an affiliate out there. We have people at the WFAN in New York. We were going to send them out to Jersey, make sure everything was okay. So what the hell's up?
No, I don't call those guys anymore. It's been years.
You got blacklisted there,
West
too?
Coast fan. What's that?
Did they blackball you?
Say it again, Dan.
Did they blackball you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they got tired of my West Coast talk. It's a New York station, so they want to talk about the Yankees and Mets. They'll come close this year, but not close enough. The reason why I dropped off, I think it was last week, when I go to the farm. There's always every little town has some Wi-Fi issue. There's certain spots, and the Wi-Fi I get one bar if I'm lucky, two if I'm lucky on a good day. That's why I dropped off, and I didn't want to keep calling again because it was going to happen again. That's where I'm going to go see my sister-in-law's the dog, Psyker. If you make the sound of a bee, then he backs away. He's afraid of bees. He's afraid of bees and flies. Can you believe this? He's a Belgian Shepherd.
Can you give me an example? Pretend the dog's next to you and you want him to get away.
Oh, I have to make it sound like a bzzz, and then he stops. He's just scared. He runs away. He needs more discipline. He doesn't get enough walk. So you gotta nurture these dogs. You gotta give them a lot of exercise. They have to get a lot of energy. That's why he's a little wild.
How are you training him up,
Mitch? He doesn't even go for my treats so much.
You training him up?
I'm sorry?
Are you training him up?
Oh, no. I'm glad my sister is keeping them. I mean, they split up and everything. But she's got the dog. Hopefully she can keep him. Because I will miss him. I don't want to see him go to, especially a shelter, unless he goes to a good home. But last night's game, Draymond Green, was he just deferring? 0 points? Has he lost it all so quickly? Him thinking Porzingis got to go. I mean, he slipped on a banana peel?
He's afraid of bees.
He's afraid of bees. All right. My boy, D'Anthony Melton, you got to sign him. He played well. I still like Brandon Paz. But I think the Clippers can go up in the Clippers. I'm sorry. The Warriors can go worse than 10. One and done, get out, and maybe they get lucky. But I think if you draft in the top 8, I think you get yourself a real good ball player.
Right on, Mitch.
And you have Curry. All right. Enjoy the week.
Appreciate it, Mitch. Have fun with the dog. That actually reminds me, Dan, there's a piece of sound that I wanted to play for you. This is from Mark Spears about the Warriors and what they could do potentially in the draft.
This draft is going to be such where it's going to be like that draft where Clay gets picked in the early teens and Kawhi gets picked right before 15. Like, I think it's going to be a draft where you're going to land somebody, like, let's just say the Warriors pick at 11. There's going to be somebody there that can immediately come in and help. I think somebody special is going to kind of fall into their lap. So this whole, is it real? I guess the question is is it, and I'll ask you guys this, is it worth it for Steph? To me, the reward is in the youth right now that's coming up in one of the most special drafts in NBA history this summer.
Most special drafts in NBA history, Dan. You got to get in it, right?
Man, the pipes on that guy.
That's Mark Spears, Hall of Famer. Was on with Willard and Dibbs. I think this was a couple days ago.
Who's our guy from Orlando who's back in the city covering the Warriors?
Friedel?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What we need to do is have the two of them just read, read poetry or just read excerpts from like an Agatha Christie novel.
Well, Mitch was asking about D'Anthony Melton, and Dan likes sound. Here's Friedel on Melton.
The proof will be in the pudding as far as Melton goes. He really likes it here. The training staff has really helped him. He said as much many times. He feels comfortable on the floor. Okay, are you going to take less to stay? We'll see. But if we were trying to answer that question right now, I think absolutely. Will there be a team or teams that offer him more money than the Warriors can? Yes. So the question is, how much does he love it and how much does he want to be here? And time will tell us that as well.
Hey, Pasta, do you have the NCAA tourney bid, the music?
It's on the Spadoni Beds page, Pasta. There you go.
Oh, welcome to the NCAA tournament in the first round. So who's moving on to round 2? The better pipes. Is it Marcus Spears, Mark Spears, who we just heard in the first clip, or is our guy
Nick Friedel?
Nick Friedel. Who advances? Is it Spears? Is it Friedel? Stay tuned to see who moves on to round 2 of this year's NCAA tournament. Who do you like?
I'm a little partial to cousin Nick.
Yeah, me too.
All right, he's moving on.
You know why?
It was a late buzzer beater. It was a Santa Clara, Kentucky late game situation.
Why? It's because he interjects humor. He likes to laugh. I don't know. I haven't heard Spears laugh. Like Friedel's laugh is sort of his. Now, who do we put him in the second round?
But he's got a clear baritone.
James Earl Jones. We'll put him in the second round again.
Well, he ain't beating James Earl.
Oh, my God. James Earl Jones.
Okay. Maybe we're going to the Sweet 16 with James Earl Jones. Who is he on the... Let's find someone on the next level.
It's like putting him up against Burt Reynolds. He ain't...
Morgan Freeman? Who's next?
Who's somebody that he could take on locally?
Locally?
Yeah. Or doesn't regionally?
Dan DeVone.
No, I don't have pipes like that.
Willard?
No, Willard's got a good voice.
Yeah, he's too nasally.
What about...
I like Mark, by the way.
Well, I'm trying to think of people in the...
All right, let's give a little Willard. You got a clip for Willard?
He'll do his own Willard. Pasta?
Oh, jeez.
That's his Willard. It's really...
You know what?
It's really good.
You're back in line for the Rays, my man.
Yeah, this is where Pasta makes his money. So, did you hear Pasta unveil his newest impersonation this week?
Go ahead.
It was of Dan Dibley.
Shoot, go ahead.
Well, the garage door opener by Liftmaster. I was in need of a closer, and the Golden State Warriors.
And that's Pasta. This is why he's the best in the business.
That is good. That is so creepy of a laugh, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. The kid's got talent. What can I say?
Dibs is the kind of guy you'll find in 5 years on Market Street in an overcoat.
No.
On a sunny day.
We're not doing that.
I do think that we got to go to break.
Just flashing random people.
Why would you?
Because
you want to talk about the Warriors on the other side, man.
Dibs is great people. He's probably
Jesus.
I had a list of favorites. He's right at the top of the list.
To the text line. Thanks. All right. Warriors this week on the other side.
Are you serious? That's the break?
Yeah, we got to hit a break here. It's almost the top of the hour.
Let's get into the Warriors.
All right. We'll be back.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote.
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Bay FC fans, it's the first California rivalry match of the season on Saturday, March 21st at 5:45 p.m. Bay FC hosts Angel City FC at PayPal Park as they honor the players who wear the Bay FC crest and the Trailblazers on and off the pitch who paved the way. Grab your tickets now.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change.
wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Spring is finally here, and yes, it's time for some spring cleaning. I'm not talking about your house, but spring cleaning for your body. Jumpstart MD has you covered with affordable GLP-1 weight loss, hormone therapy, and a full line of vitamin and nutrient injections. All at the lowest prices in the Bay Area. Seriously, burn fat, build muscle, gain energy, and find real balance. Jumpstart MD is spring cleaning for your body. Don't wait. Call 855-JUMPSTART or visit Jumpstart MD and mention radio for a free B12 shot when you book your first visit in March.
All guests on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line.
Dub Nation, this is Jimmy Butler, and you never know when I'll be on the River Islands guest line.
Dub Nation, this is Stephen Curry, and you never know when I'll be on the River Islands guest line. So make sure to keep it locked on 95.7 The Game.
River Islands in Lathrop is the best-selling master plan community in all of Northern California. With its lakes, parks, trails, and collection of new home neighborhoods, the good life can be your life. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands?
Is your kitchen just a place to cook or the heart of your home? At Ashby Lumber, we believe your space should be as unique as you are. Our kitchen and bath showroom connects you with experienced design specialists who guide every detail, from layout and materials to finishes that fit your lifestyle. Book a complimentary design consultation in showroom or in home and get a custom plan built around your vision, your space, and how you actually live. Visit ashbylumber.com or follow at Ashby Lumber. Ashby Lumber, thoughtfully designed, beautifully built.
Hey, it's Howie Mandel, and I am inviting you to witness history as me and my Howie Do It gaming team take on Gilly the King and Wallow 267's $1 million gaming in an epic Global Gaming League video game showdown. 4 rounds, multiple games, 1 winner, plus a halftime performance by multi-platinum artist Travie McCoy. Watch all the action and see who wins and advances to the championship match against Neo right now at globalgamingleague.com. That's globalgamingleague.com. Everybody game.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loanatool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loanatool. Restrictions apply.
Discover a summer camp where kids run the show. At the California Historical Radio Society in Alameda, students in grades 6 to 10 learn from professionals to create real radio shows, podcasts, and dive into hands-on STEM electronic projects. Learn more at 957thegame.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Baseball is back. Opening night is one exclusive game, and it's live on Netflix. On Wednesday, March 25th, the New York Yankees, led by 7-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the Bay Area to face Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. A brand new way to watch Major League Baseball, and it all starts here. MLB opening night, Yankees vs. Giants, live on Netflix, Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Baseball is back. Opening night is one exclusive game, and it's live on Netflix. On Wednesday, March 25th, the New York Yankees, led by 7-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the Bay Area to face Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. A brand new way to watch Major League Baseball, and it all starts here. MLB opening night, Yankees vs. Giants, live on Netflix, Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HD1 San Francisco on Odyssey Sports Station. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch, and YouTube. Powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
They can hear you if you're banging the table. You got to stop doing that. We've also learned that you can hear from the producer's room in here if the table's being banged.
What producer in 95.7 The Game would pound a table? Got to be a lunatic.
Yeah, Pasta, who would do that?
Well.
Yes?
It's pretty early in the morning sometimes. People get frustrated.
You guys are brutal.
I'm 600 miles away and you still find a way to interrupt me.
He's got to let that go, man. You got to let that go.
You're not going to get me 2 weeks in a row. Fool me once. Let's talk Warriors, for crying out loud. What the hell are we doing here?
You started off with Santa Clara and zodiac signs and whatever other, Marcus Aurelius, all that other crap that you've been holding up. Okay, Dan.
On top? It's 10 o'clock, so now we hone in. Focus. Let's go. Well, like if I was a third base coach, let's go. Focus. Let's go. Lock in. You got 2 strikes on you.
I couldn't play for you. I know that.
Got 2 strikes. Focus. Stay in your zone.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I have 2 strikes. I wasn't trying to focus when I got 2 fastballs thrown by me. Yeah, I've been trying to focus this whole at bat.
There was someone in college who got clocked at 112. Did you see this dude?
There's no way.
I swear to God.
No.
He got clocked. Okay, 109.
That's physically impossible to throw a ball 112 miles an hour.
And the guy at the plate was just like, "What?"
I think we had a cocktail. You owe me a cocktail. Warriors beat the Wizards.
No, that was more on your end. I didn't. That was more of like, I'm going to buy you some pokey if they lose.
You reluctantly agreed. I'll take the cocktail. You want to put another bet down? There's no way in hell someone has ever thrown 112 miles an hour.
I'll say 109.
This ain't.
It was 102. I just looked it up.
Oh, was it?
Oh my God. Mason Miller throws 104. That's I think Aroldis Chapman has the fastest pitch. 105 is the fastest pitch that's ever been thrown.
I think it was in spring training. It was during the breakout prospect game.
That's like going from a 4-minute to a 2:30 mile. You know how freaking fast 112 miles an hour is?
What's the guy's name?
Seth Hernandez of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization.
All right, well, I'll carry this show. I don't know what the basketball equivalent of 112 miles an hour would be, Dan, but the Warriors don't have a flamethrower right now.
Will you get into basketball while I look up who threw Blake Mitchell hit 109 miles on March 20th. 109-mile exit velocity. Yeah, that's the guy, Blake Mitchell.
Oh, it's exit velocity. That's not throwing the ball. That's the ball going out off of the bat.
No, okay.
And 109, by the way, is actually not that fast.
Oh, no, he hit a baseball. No, I want to see who threw a baseball.
Yeah. Aroldis Chapman, his 105 or 106, whatever it is, the fastest pitch that's ever been thrown. You jump 6 miles an hour. The human arm is not made to throw a ball that fast.
I'm just reporting what it is that I prepared for the show today.
That Marcus Aurelius is really going to your head. He's got you spun in a tizzy today. Fastest pitch ever thrown, 106. Well, I take a Manhattan on the rocks.
I'm a big Guy Santos guy.
Well, he's been doing some stuff.
What's he been doing?
He played 30 minutes last night.
I like Guy.
Yeah,
let's get into it.
Guy's fine. All right.
Do you want my take? I'm ready to piss you off.
Well, that's fine. That's what you do. And I'm ready to swat it back in your face.
So you get me going, and I'll just take it there. What do people want to talk about with the Warriors?
The state of the franchise.
You just throw me a softball, huh?
Well, it's what I do. You see, I tee you up, and then you knock it out of the park. That's why we're such a great team.
Okay, so here's the thing, is that this team, say this every week, and I've been saying this now going on a couple of years, has got to start over again and they have got to go younger, and they've got to look in the other direction, not trying to walk down anybody like that of the Los Angeles Clippers or anybody in front of them, but rather focus on the draft. Get rid of Butler, get rid of Draymond Green. And here, you want me to get things going for you, Warrior fans? You want me to shake it up for you? Here you go. If I'm the general manager of the Golden State Warriors, I am looking to get young. And I'm looking to identify stars, not role players. Got a lot of good role players. I like Porzingis in a role as maybe my 7th or 8th man. I like what Moody can do, and I like some of the things that Guy Santos can do. All right, we're talking about supplementary pieces. I'm talking about identifying the stars of tomorrow, which I think you could have done had you gotten Con Knippel, had you gotten Cedric Coward, or any of the guys that came out of the draft the last couple of years.
Okay.
But this is what I would do, is that I would go young. I would definitely see what it is in terms of getting trade or draft capital for Draymond. And if anybody wants to take a roller on Jimmy Butler and his bloated contract, I'm all ears. And I would do this, Warrior fans. And yes, Dan Avone, table of one, I don't mind. I've sat there before, but I'm going to say it. If I'm the GM of the Golden State Warriors, I'm not saying I would do it. I'm not saying I'm pulling the trigger. But if you want to call me about Steph Curry, I'll listen. I will listen. Because if there's another bozo like that of a Nico Harrison out there that's willing to overpay or give me a crazy, crazy deal, I'm going to take that to Lacob. And I'm going to say, hey, listen, this is what I got. I'm not saying I would do it, but much like that at E.F. Hutton, I'm
That's a 4. All right, couple things. On a serious note, this is from Anthony Slater of ESPN. Kristaps Porzingis is out tonight in Atlanta.
Breaking news, please.
With lower back tightness. Jonathan Kaminga is off the injury report and cleared to play against the Warriors. Draymond Green, DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II, Quentin Post, all questionable for the Warriors tonight.
I hope Jonathan Kaminga for a night, just for a night. Okay, I'm gonna come clean on this. I like Steve Kerr. You guys know I like Steve Kerr for a night. I think he was done wrong by Steve Kerr the last 2 months. It just was weird. Inexplicable. I get it. He's not your guy, but to not play him at all when you have, remember it was, well, he can't play with Jimmy Butler. Well, Jimmy Butler goes down with an injury and he's still in the doghouse. I think you did him wrong. And on top of that, that little narrow behind of one Dunleavy who just went after on his way out and saying, basically, what did he say? He got all smug and cute. There's got to be trade value. Someone's going to want to trade for him. Like, you guys did this guy wrong the last month. Maybe over the course of the 5 years, I'm not arguing that Jonathan Kaminga was not playable at times. I'm just saying the last couple of months, you did this guy wrong. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. And for that fact, for one night, I want to see Jonathan Kaminga take belt to ass to Steve Kerr and go for 30 and 12. And Dunleavy, I hope you're watching as well.
I don't think he's going to score 30 points tonight.
12 rebounds?
He's probably going to have a few dunks, though. Is, transition, cherry picking.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's going to have a couple. There's no doubt about it. He's going to show him what he could do. But more importantly, the Hawks are going to win the game.
He doesn't cherry pick. Obi Toppin and cherry pick.
What? Did you watch the first couple games?
With Atlanta?
Yeah. Like when the game is over, last couple minutes left.
The Warriors.
Yeah. He gets down the other end with the best of them. No, Dan, like the Hawks are a better team than the Warriors. That's why they're going to win.
I'm not even talking about winning and losing. I'm just talking about the personal battle. I'm just saying that he does really well. I just don't like the way he was treated. And I'm not defending him for the last 5 years. I'm not his agent. I'm just saying the last 2 months, I think that Dunleavy piling on, you didn't need to go there, that we can't trade for the guy, essentially, is what you're saying. He knew what he was doing. That was a dog whistle he did not have to send out. That was just unprofessional. And then I don't know what Steve Kerr was thinking the last couple of months. It was just weird. And so, yeah, I hope Jonathan Kaminga goes off for one night and gets the last laugh, and I hope it's tonight. But I think everything will be cordial, though, right?
Well, he's going to be playing more meaningful games than the Warriors are. I think the Hawks are the 6th seed right now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, they are the 7. They're a half game back of Orlando for the 6 right now because they've won 11 of 12. They lost last night to the Rockets, but I think they're still in a pretty good spot. They're also a 3-way tie right now between 7 and 9. No, the Hawks are in a good position. And Kaminga picked a perfect time to join that team because with him, without him, that's a team that has got aspirations. And it's because, and this is where maybe you and I are different, I think he's done a really good job of just fitting in, of not trying to be the Kaminga who's doing it all by himself or has got the ball and is, taking guys off the bounce and playing JK ball. He's playing Atlanta Hawks ball because they got 4 or 5 guys that are better than him. And that's what I love about having watched them the first few games, and even the last couple nights before they lost to Houston during this winning streak. He's just playing within the flow of the team. And I think it has to do with the surrounding. I also think it has to do, Dan, with a little bit, not just the coach, but the fact that he's playing with his peers. He's playing with guys that are his age. He's playing with guys from his draft class. CJ McCollum's a vet, but Okongwu was young. Jalen Johnson, same draft class. Kispert, I think, also in a close draft class. Dyson Daniels is a young player. They got a ton of dudes on that roster that are in and around, Kaminga's, I think, situation or place in his career. And clearly he's much more comfortable. Whether he went, I think it was one game he went like 1 for 8. Whether he goes 1 for 8 or 8 for 9, he's fitting right in.
Yeah, he's almost deferring too much. I think he's too conscious of what he perceives is what people think he's the player that people perceive him as being. And I think he's making too much of a deliberate effort to get the ball out of his hands and to get into the offense. And I think that over time, he's in a perfect team because, they just throw those wings after wings that are long and athletic, and they got all these dudes who are 6'8", 6'6" to 6'9", and there's like 5 of them. When you look at the East, do you really want to play Charlotte? Do you really want to play, there's some of these teams, Atlanta, there's some of these teams, Cleveland, that are in the bottom half that are going to make things really interesting. I think the East is just going to be upside down this year in the postseason. You think Indiana was a surprise a year ago? I think you're going to see something very similar this year.
Well, Charlotte and Atlanta would be the 2 young teams that I don't know if they'll do something this year, but next year everyone's going to have their eyes on. They remind me a little bit of where Houston was, not last season, but 2 years ago. Remember 2 seasons ago when the Warriors were trying to make, I think they ended up getting in the play-in, but they were trying to make that late push, and Houston was right on their heels. Houston was right nipping at them. They went on like a 10-game win streak late in the season a couple of seasons ago. With the young Jalen Green, Şengün, Brooks, like they were a team that was taking strides, was taking steps, and I feel like Atlanta's in that spot. Charlotte's in that spot. The Raptors are a bottom 4 team in the East, but they're a pretty young and athletic group. Orlando's got some veterans, but they're pretty young. The East is, I think the East is going to be tough, but it's not. But it's also because, Dan, it's not very top heavy, especially in comparison to the West. If we're thinking about teams that can come out of the East, do you have as many teams as you would have in the Western Conference right now?
It's going to be wide open, I think, in the East. The West, I think it's one of 2 teams right now, but guess who's rearing their head? Hello, L.A. The Los Angeles Lakers now are suddenly putting themselves in a conversation of, OKC and San Antonio. They finally figured it out in L.A. You talked about pecking order?
I still don't see it with them. I still don't see it.
Well, I would say this.
And we're talking about winning a championship. They're obviously a really good team, but I don't see it.
I watched them the other night against Houston.
No, you watched Luka the other night.
But what they've done is that usually it takes, think about LeBron James when he first went to Miami, right? And he was predicting, 7 NBA consecutive championships. The first year, they fall short and they lose to Jason Kidd in Dallas. Jason Kidd is a basketball player. And then the next year, they go on the run, right? It usually takes about a year, especially when you're moving superstars. Remember that team? It was LeBron, and then Dwayne Wade was the guy in Miami. Chris Bosh was the guy in Toronto. And so it sort of took a year for them to sort of figure this out, like the pecking order. And it was LeBron's team. And then finally, Chris Bosh said, okay, I'll take a subordinate role. And so did, and so did the other players, Dwayne Wade. And I think that's what you're seeing to a lesser degree. Obviously, LeBron's not the same guy, but suddenly it's taken all this time, which has been about, a little less than a year of them playing together, where now it's clearly Luka's team. The number 2 option is clearly Austin Reeves. and now accepting this third option in a limited role, comparatively speaking, is LeBron James, and he has been so efficient. And now, all of a sudden, DeAndre Ayton is making some noise in that bench. I don't know, man. That's a lot of talent on that basketball team.
That's a lot of scoring. It's not a lot of defense, which is why I think they're eventually going to run into trouble. But they're playing good basketball right now. And the thing the Lakers have done all season, which you got to give them credit for, because a team like the Warriors has not, even when they've been healthy, they're very good in tight games. Because, to your point, they got 3 players that can get you a basket, one of which who might be the best one-on-one bucket going right now in Doncic right now. I mean, he's playing out of his mind. So anytime it gets under 5 minutes and it's a 5-minute game, or 5-point game, they know exactly where the ball's going. And the other night against the Rockets, I mean, it wasn't just him scoring. You know, Luka splitting double teams, going around guys, throwing lobs. They're hard to stop offensively, but they give it up a lot as well. All right, let's get to some calls, Dan. 888-957-9570. Again, this is Warriors This Week with Evan Giddings and Dan Devone. Let's go down to Los Angeles, talk to our guy, AJ. AJ, good morning, man. How you doing? What's up?
Good morning. What's going on? How you doing?
Awesome, man.
I'll say it's good to hear you guys finally admit that it's time to blow this trash up. I actually called you guys in the offseason. I was like, blow this trash up. But the problem with the Warriors, the Lakers, as you were talking about before, see, the Warriors do a bad job with being reactive. They're not proactive. You got to see this stuff long before it happened, okay? Now you're knee-deep in it, and you're stuck. You don't have anything. You screwed up. You don't have any basketball people running the show. You don't have enough basketball minds. You know, what made this team a championship caliber organization, all those guys are gone. What you have now is a shell of basketball people. You don't have basketball people on the coaching staff. You don't have basketball executives. You got a bunch of interns running the show. And that's not a good deal. The thing about the Lakers, I hate the Lakers, but they're proactive. They'll switch that thing up. They'll flip the script and they'll try to figure out a new way to try to win and do something. The Warriors don't have that. And so that's the frustrating thing about it. That's what they're going through right now. And in terms of Jonathan Kaminga tonight, it would be a failure if he dropped 30 and 12. He better drop 40. He better get his new record high. He better go for 40. And I think he will, because what you going to put, Guy Santos on him? Shoe tops. Guy Santos is going to be looking at the bottom of the shoes all night long. All night long. Slow as a turtle. It's going to be barbecue, bacon, cheeseburger, everything, with an apple pie on the side. Guy Santos got a long night ahead of him. You probably better put Pods or somebody like, they say Pods is their best defender. That's from Steve Kerr, one of those basketball minds. Go ahead and put Pods on JK tonight. 50. I guarantee you, 40, 50, something like that. I'll see you guys next Saturday. We'll talk about it.
Hold on, before you go, give me your first name again.
It's AJ.
AJ. So
What's
listen,
happening?
AJ, we're going to see if you advance to the second round. I want you in your best Barry White deep voice. All right, we're going for the best pipes of the day. I want you to say the following.
You got a good baritone, AJ.
You're the first. You're the last. You're my everything. Go.
You're the first. You're my last. You're my everything.
Well done.
I think he might be advancing, man.
Well done, AJ. That's pretty good.
We're going to put him up against our guys.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, against Spears and Friedel?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, he's got a good voice.
Thanks, AJ.
Yeah. I don't think Kaminga's going to score 50. But if he does, we'll talk about it. There's no doubt. I look forward to next Saturday with you, because that's a victory lap that you can absolutely have.
It's just, I don't like the way he was handled by Dudley. Did not need to say that, unless again there's something behind the scenes that we're not privy to.
But was he wrong? They traded him for a guy who's sick. Take the high road. If you're a professional and you're a GM, you don't need to.
what advantage do I have of airing my dirty laundry publicly like that as the GM of a so-called respected franchise like that of the Golden State Warriors? We can't trade the guy because nobody wants him. Phrase it a different way. If I'm Jonathan Kaminga, I'm like, really, bro? That's the way you want to play? All right. And Steve Kerr doesn't play me? Like, you're not doing this guy. That's doing somebody wrong, man. Again, unless, there's something we're not privy to, that Jonathan Kaminga was difficult, or that Jonathan Kaminga's people were having words with the front office.
They should have traded him a long time ago.
Agreed.
That's the reality.
I don't think you need to go out like that. Always take a high road, man. Always go high road. You didn't need to do that, Dunleavy. Dunleavy, that was just smug, and it was just uncalled for.
Well, I think it sounds like there were things behind the scenes that both sides were being petty.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, and that was his version of doing it. Like, what was the quote? In order for there to be a demand, there has to be demand. It's a pretty good line.
It's a good line, but keep it in your back pocket.
Okay, and then all right, so if he doesn't do that and you still trade for Porzingis, who, by the way, is going to be out tonight because he hurt his back last night in Detroit.
What?
Does that make it any better?
He got hurt?
Yeah, they traded for a guy who got hurt, Dan.
Who's more excited? The Warriors and their future with Porzingis or Atlanta and their future with Kaminga? And neither guy's really played very much.
The Hawks, but we could talk about it on the other side. Like,
yeah. I like Porzingis. Healthy.
Why? I do too. By the way, he will have played the same amount of games as JK, according to as of tonight. They will have both played in 7 games since the trade. All right, 888-957-9570.
We're going to a break. Or do you want me to crush you now?
You can do it on the other side on Warriors This Week.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Get ready, Bay Area. It's the first California rivalry match of the season. Bay FC takes on Angel City FC on Saturday, March 21st at 5:45 p.m. for the Women's Empowerment match at PayPal Park. It's more than a match. It's a celebration of the powerful women leading Bay FC today and the trailblazers who paved the way. Expect fast-paced action, unforgettable moments, and energy you can feel in every corner of the stadium. You don't want to sit this one out. Buy your tickets now and be a part of the first big showdown of the season.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, I need avocados, bananas, salad, steak.
Wow, does your grocery list have multiple pages?
No, but I skipped lunch, so now it's like my stomach is doing the grocery shopping. And besides, I'm earning cash back with Upside.
Upside? What's that?
Hold up, you haven't heard of it? Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you shop at gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants. And they added Lucky and Food Max stores, so we're pretty much covered wherever we go.
All those stores?
Yep, so not only are we getting a great deal on groceries, now we can earn cash back as well.
Okay, downloading Upside. Now let me copy your grocery list.
Great news! Lucky and Food Max are now on Upside. Download the Upside app and use the promo code SAVE9 to earn a 10% cashback bonus on your first grocery purchase. That's promo code SAVE9 for a 10% cashback bonus. Use promo code SAVE9.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of I figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-708-5977. 800-708-5977. 800-708-5977.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
95.7 The Game and Great Clips have teamed up for the new basketball season. We want our listeners to look fresh with a great haircut from Great Clips. Each week, we'll pick a lucky winner to score a gift card. For a chance to win, courtesy of Great Clips, enter online at 957thegame.com.
It's here. At T-Mobile, get the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with Galaxy AI. Okay, we don't need the trumpets. We know it's awesome. You even get a 5-year price guarantee. And the best benefits in wireless. A kazoo? Get the new Galaxy S26 Ultra. Really? Nothing? Did I mention at T-Mobile there's no trade-in needed? Better.
Guarantee excludes taxes and fees. Applies to monthly price of on-network talk, text, and 5G data on the Beyond plan. Benefits vary by plan. May require activation and are based on included perks. Exclusions and details at T-Mobile.com.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. Watch TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins.
Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
No one can ever be as good as this right here.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up. I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe? Yeah. I only paid to not finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Cryer with the dribble, bouncing with it, 10 to shoot. Off the pick, has room, lets it fly. Another 3-ball for Cryer. And the Warriors lead by 9, and J.B. Bickerstaff has to call a timeout. They may have to look at the scouting report.
Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
Well, yeah, 3J Cryer right there from Tim Roy on the call. Last night, the Warriors fell 115-101. Here in the Laughing Monk Studios, Dan Devone has set up his mini golf course that anyone who's by 88 Kearney can come by and try.
Pasta's got no game. Oh, by the way.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
I have to mention, from time to time, there's some announcers. I'm like, I could listen to this guy. George Blaha, is that the guy for Detroit that I was listening to last night?
On NBA League Pass?
Yeah.
The home broadcaster?
Yeah, and George Kelser, or Greg Kelser, who used to play. I think Greg Kelser played with Magic Johnson at Michigan State. But this guy, George Blau, old guy, I could listen to them all day. It's just very easygoing.
Would you like to guess what year he is in as play-by-play announcer for the Pistons?
I could tell he's been there forever. 35, 45.
His 46th consecutive season as the television/radio play-by-play voice of the Detroit Pistons.
No frills.
Wow.
Not trying to be cute. Not that sing-songy.
Wow.
Just easy to listen to.
Very easy.
And Kelser just chiming in when he wants to. That's all I need.
All right, let's go to Oscar is in Stockton. Get us going here in this segment, Oscar. How you doing? Good morning. What's up?
Good morning, fellas. Look, man, I was just calling in because I'm tired of everybody calling in about Giannis and Kaminga. Yeah, we all love Giannis and Kaminga, but Kaminga's Atlanta Hawks now. And guess what? Atlanta Hawks, to my account, ain't never won nothing. So when everybody keep on trying to trash the organization, talking about we got interns running the organization, check this out, partner. If we got interns running the organization, they damn sure doing a good job because the Warriors are one of the top teams in the NBA over the last decade. Oh, yes, we losing right now because most of our cats are hurt right now. So for everybody trashing the Warriors, make sure you keep the same energy when Steph can get back. Keep the same energy because we're supposed to lose. And tonight, Kaminga better go for 40 because we ain't had nobody playing tonight. But I know the Warriors going to turn around and win that game tonight. And I'm on my way to UC Davis. The only reason I call because I'm tired of everybody calling and trying to trash the Warriors organization. Like all the rest of the organizations have won something in the last 10 years. I don't think so. I think the Warriors have been a dominant organization. So I'm tired of everybody talking about Joe Lacob and Steve Kerr. That is ludicrous. On that point, you guys have a nice day and go Warriors.
Right on, Oscar.
Appreciate it, Oscar.
Yes.
No, strong, good energy. Good energy. Yeah, look, I think it's easy to kick this team while it's down, Dan, because they don't have Steph. Obviously, Jimmy's out. Someone like Porzingis will be out for tonight. It's easy to kick them, and they're probably going to lose to Atlanta. Jonathan Kaminga could score 2 points or 200 points. They're just not in the same class of the Hawks right now because of how hurt they are.
To me, the biggest move is what happens over the offseason. If they get into the Giannis sweepstakes, if they continue this.
Well, I do have a lot of fun with you. That I would not want. Giannis, to me, at this point, is
damaged goods. I'll say it.
Well, it's not even that he's damaged goods, but it's just too late. It's too late. Steph is going to be 39 years old. Draymond and Jimmy are going to be 37. Obviously, Butler's coming off the ACL. It's just. I think it made sense before Jimmy got hurt. You know, if you were, not that you could do it, but if you wanted to, it made sense to maybe make a run at it this year and then into next season. You know, you pair together three, but aging stars. I think that kind of makes sense. But at this point, it almost seems like a futile effort. This summer, I do think they're going to have to look long and hard at potentially rebooting this thing.
Thank you. Did you really just say that? Right on.
No, but we've been on the same page on that.
I know we have.
Yeah, it's just I just don't think that they should have done it as early as you wanted them to.
Well, listen, had you done it earlier, take the team that they just lost to, for example, the Detroit Pistons. You know the last time the Detroit Pistons won 50 games in a season like they're doing this year? You got to go back to 2007.
I was going to say, it was like Rashid.
That was Rashid, Rip Hamilton,
Chauncey,
and all those boys, right?
RIP.
And that was when, they won the title in 2004. Dumars, everything he touched, he was spinning gold with all of his moves. But if you do not approach and decide that I'm going to go young, I'm going to burn this thing down, and then our road back to relevancy is going to be expedited and we'll be that much further along. If you continue to kick this can down the road, and I hear from just about everybody, well, listen, there's going to be all this money off the books, Dan, just wait another year. Steve Kerr can come back and then walk off to the sunset with Draymond and Jimmy Butler. I am not waiting for another year because you're going to be in the exact same situation. That's 18 years that the Detroit Pistons have gone between winning 50 games in a season. That's what you're looking at, Warrior fans. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that you could be decades if you do not approach this properly right now. If you continue to try and walk down the Giannis's and the Paul Georges and the Kevin Durant's of the world, you're going to be stuck in the abyss for a long, long time. See the Detroit Pistons. Let's get some of these calls.
All right. Well, I think they're going to be in that place regardless, but let's go to Coach. Coach is in Vallejo, one of our favorites. How you doing, Coach? Good morning. What's up?
Hey, Evan. Hey, Dan. How you doing? I got a funny, and then, first I'd like to compliment Dan. You showed me a while back that you're definitely a bigger man than Steve Kerr, okay? Because you came on one time, we were talking, and you said that you would no longer use low IQ when talking about JK. And I appreciate you saying that. You're very big to say that, whereas Steve Kerr could not publicly apologize to Will Richards for berating him at half court. Now, if you look at the way he talks to Will Richard and the way he talked to Kaminga, but last night I watched him walking off the court after Pod screwed up. He put his arm around Pod and just whispered in his ear. He didn't do that with Will Richard, and Will Richard hasn't been the same since that berating. I wonder if you guys noticed that. I mean, this poor kid he's messed up from that. Now, also, funny here, Paz looks like the guy to me that brings the basketball to the park just so he could get into the game, okay? I mean, he looks like that guy to me. So I think that's kind of funny. But my main point is the reason why I think the Warriors get hurt and injured so much is because they are so outmanned that when you're lacking athletically, you have to exert yourself more. You put yourself in vulnerable positions. That's why I say someone like Paz always getting hit in the head and in the face. He can't even protect himself on the court. And most athletes protect themselves in football, basketball, baseball. They're under control. But when you have to exert so much, you can't be under control if you're going 100% all the time. So I think that leads to a lot of the Warriors' injuries because they're just outmanned, okay? And lastly, Evan, I don't think Kaminga is the fourth or fifth best player in Atlanta's team. No, he's number 2 or 3. I could think maybe Jalen Johnson probably is the only one that's clearly better than Kaminga. Okongwu is good. Dyson Daniels, he's good, but he can't shoot. Riche can't even get in the starting lineup. So I think you're kind of putting J.K. down a little bit. I think Atlanta loves him, and he may be in that starting lineup before you know it. But thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the game. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Dan.
Appreciate it, Coach. Yeah, I think a lot of Warriors fans, and especially those that are fans of Kaminga, are looking forward to tonight. I think Kaminga is better than Risa Shea, but Daniels, Okongwu, Johnson, the other guy is, I mean, he might be their best player on a given night. That's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's good. And C.J. McCollum at this point. Yeah, but that's the point, though, is if you can think that he's the second best or the seventh best, that team is got firepower.
They just keep throwing those guys at these long wings. They just keep coming at you.
In fact, I think one of the reasons they've been winning all these games is I know they score and they run and they dunk, but that team also defends. Jalen Johnson and Dyson Daniels are tough matchups. Really tough. No, there's no doubt about that. I mean, and we're going to see it tonight. The Warriors are going to struggle to bring the ball up. You got Podziemski and Melton in the backcourt, and whoever Daniels decides to guard is probably going to be taken out of the game tonight because that's just what happens. And that's why, you're looking at a game like last night against Detroit, and I know Cade obviously wasn't out there, but that doesn't change the level of intensity Detroit defends with.
That's right.
Now, they might have less scoring on the floor and less passing, but Golden State still is going to struggle to make shots against that team. That's why they only got 100 points. And they got to the free throw line 26 times. So, and it's funny, too. We talked earlier and have been talking about how many threes the Warriors jack up. Detroit didn't let them jack up a ton of threes because they defend the three-point line well. And on a night like tonight against Atlanta, it's going to be one of those games where if you're the Warriors, if you turn the ball over 15 times, you might get beat by 30 tonight because all those live ball turnovers, they're going the other way for a dunk.
These boys like to get out and run. That's what they do. And they're long, and they disrupt all passing lanes. Let's knock out some of these calls.
All right, let's go to... we got left here. Let's go to Rich. Rich is in Daly City. How you doing, Rich? Good morning.
Good. Good morning, guys. Hey, just a couple of questions. One statement for me. When the question of Steve Kerr and developing guys always comes up, they always throw out G and JP as examples. But I think Santa Cruz did a better job in developing them than Kerr did. Why is he getting so much credit for it? And then second, if you ultimately wanted to trade JK, why the hell would you ruin his market value by not playing him, talking bad about him? This goes for both Dunleavy and Kerr. Help me understand that as a fan. I mean, I'm a diehard Warriors fan. I'll support them forever, but these are the things that bother me. It's very Don Nelson-esque, and I am getting PTSD about the small lineup and the way Kerr is running everything. So help me understand it.
Yeah, no, I got you, Rich. I mean, and this is something I struggle with too. Maybe you can help me. How much value do you think the Warriors tanked? Like, how much of Kaminga's value do you think between the summer when they gave him his contract and when they traded him, how much value do you think was lost?
It's hard to quantify because when he plays, he scores the basketball. And there's value in that. But I would say, to the caller's point, I do applaud Steve Kerr in a weird way, because Steve Kerr does what he thinks is good for team. And I don't think he gets involved. He's not a GM anymore, and it's one of the reasons why he's not a GM. He doesn't see things in terms of, I'm going to play a guy, unless he gets a phone call from Lacob and or Dunleavy that's telling him, like George Steinbrenner back in the day, you need to do this as a coach. Steve Kerr sees this exclusively through the prism, whether he's right or wrong, that he doesn't make my team better. And based on that, and based on exclusively that, I'm not playing him. And I don't think it has anything to do in terms of his market value, because I don't think Steve Kerr gives a rip about any of that.
Well, and that's why I don't think it changed a whole lot. Over the summer, there was a deal for Royce O'Neal, Nick Richards, and a second from the Phoenix Suns. And there was a reported offer for Malik Monk and a protected first-round pick for Kaminga and Moody or Buddy Hield. You went from that offer this summer, which you declined, to Kristaps Porzingis, who's an expiring contract. I don't think the market value changed a whole lot over the course of the year, even after 16 DMPs.
Well, let's just say if he was to stay on course of what it is.
And that was after he did what he did against the Timberwolves in the postseason. But if he played very well early on in the season. Yeah, like the first 6 games, he was really good.
And I think that if he...
But then what happened? He
didn't play well.
And then he got hurt.
And then he goes, and then when he's healthy, it's hard to say, Eb. It's really hard to say. You could be right, but revisiting this, if you have no Jimmy Butler and Steph's out with an injury, and you need someone to score the basketball, and you need someone who creates, the one thing that he has shown the capability of doing is that when this team is depleted, he steps up and scores the basketball. So if he had done that over an extended period of time, and somebody's at the deadline and they need a score because they're in a playoff race, so they're trying to improve their standing in either the East or the West, I could see somebody overpaying. But we'll never know.
No, we won't. And look, Jimmy Butler got hurt amidst the DMPs. It wasn't like he was, playing and then not playing. I think at that point the damage was just already too far. There's too much damage. It was too far gone.
But remember, because I think you fell into this camp that they can't play together. I never believed in that.
Well, they can play together. Anybody can play together. The question is, can you play well together?
Okay, let's just say that you're right. Again, I didn't subscribe to that because I think Jimmy Butler's such a good basketball player, and he can play with anybody. But let's just say, okay, the two can't play together, and then Jimmy Butler goes down with an injury, and he still doesn't play.
Well, but again, at that point, I think everyone was already of the understanding that they were going to trade him, and that he wasn't going to play because he wasn't going to risk getting hurt, which he eventually did, at least when he got to Atlanta. But I just think at that point during the 16 DMPs, by the way, there was one in which he was asked to play and had a back injury before OKC, didn't want to play, couldn't play. I just think at that point, both sides were of the understanding that this was going to end and he wasn't going to play and risk injury because the Warriors wanted to move him. I don't know. That's kind of the way that I see it. But let's go to Scott. Scott's in Berkeley. Scott, you got plenty of time here, buddy. We're not cutting you off, and I swear to God, if Devone calls you boring again, I'm going to hit him.
Good morning, Dan.
Love you, Scotty.
Evan.
Hey, Scotty. How you doing?
First of all, Dan, you're right. Bill Walsh, during his time with the Niners, was always of the mind of to move somebody a year early as opposed to a year too late. And what's happened now has become reminiscent of this. And again, as a longtime fan, do I appreciate the last 14 years after between 1977 and 2012, watching this team stumble and fumble? Yeah. Now, as for tonight with Kaminga, here's another interesting story. After Nelly had traded Chris Webber in '94, C-Webb's shoulder was going in and out for 2 years. So I don't think he played the Warriors until '95. And first game in Washington, Webber goes for 40. I do not want to see history repeat itself. But then again, I guess I'm old enough to, if history repeats itself, yeah. Watching the tournament, it's been interesting because obviously DeBasta's going to go 1 if he comes out. And again, I'm not sure now. DeBasta said something. What was it last week about not thinking about? His family emphasizes education as opposed to career. And with NIL money, with kids being able to sign shoe contracts now while they're in school, it's a consideration that he might not do it. He may forestall a year, especially if Utah or Washington gets the 1. And of course now now I get to look forward to Tuesday and Las Vegas and Seattle officially getting skin in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they fill out their front offices. I have a suspicion that Seattle is going to try to bring Presti back home. I wouldn't be surprised at that.
Oh yeah.
As for Vegas, don't be surprised if Adelson and Dumont trade out of the Dallas ownership to get Vegas. I mean, in a way, it's almost logical because they would be hometown owners. So, that's what I've got for this week. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a nice day.
There he is, Scotty. Well done.
Spanning the globe of sports.
You got to crap all over him like last week.
The last thing the NBA...
Treat my man with respect.
The last thing the NBA needs are 2 more expansion teams.
I'm in.
Move some of the teams you already have. You already have half the league tanking now. You want 2 more teams that are going to tank?
I can't believe that you would say that about a place that you hold dear to your heart. The Supersonics were stripped from them unfairly, and now they're a budding dynasty in a wasteland.
Move Brooklyn never worked. Take Brooklyn, move them, give them to Seattle.
Well, they're in Brooklyn. You can't take them out of Brooklyn. You could take a kid out of Brooklyn, but you can't. What's this?
I'm just saying, you got a third of the league that's already tanking.
I lost it, Post. I'm sorry.
You want 2 more teams that are going to tank?
No, the biggest problem that I think the NBA has is, there are teams that are tanking, but because of that, all right, let's just look at the games tonight, because this hit me like a frying pan in the face on, I think it was Thursday. The Thunder, good team, right? Charlotte, exciting team, right? That's all well and good, but they both play the Wizards and the Grizzlies, so those games are going to be absolutely awful. Products that I'm not really interested in watching. There are a couple games tonight that are interesting. Lakers Magic should be a competitive game. I think the Warriors Hawks is something I want to watch, but it will not be competitive. Heat Rockets will be competitive. And then after that, there's not a ton on the ledger that, for me, Dan, is worth tuning into. The amount of double-digit spreads, if you pay attention to gambling and that sort of stuff, it's worse than it's ever been before. It's like looking at a first-round March Madness game. Minus 17.5, minus 18.5, minus 15.5, minus 12, minus 4. It's like, is every single game that lopsided? Maybe the result doesn't end up being that way, but the point is, because of how many bad teams there are, you're just not getting many games on each night that you actually feel like you want to tune into. Like, I like watching the Spurs, but I don't want to watch them play the Pacers. The Pacers are god-awful and have lost, 16 in a row?
So adding 2 more teams through expansion is just going to dilute that process.
It could. Yeah, it could. It could also add another playoff spot. Get more teams into the dance.
And the reason why I was saying that the Warriors needed to tank and get out in front of this a couple of years ago, because I do think the NBA is going to change this. And I don't think it's going to be advantageous for the Golden State Warriors.
For the tanking. Oh, you mean they're going to change rules to prevent tanking?
Exactly.
I'm not really sure what they can do.
I don't either, but they'll come up with something. Hey, where are you at with Darius Acuff? If it's not...
I told you about him.
Well, maybe you did, but...
Oh, I think he's pretty freaking good.
I mean, as a number one, if it's not... If DeBance is coming back, according to our man Scotty.
I think that would be too high for number one. I mean, but see, this is the thing, though. So you got DeBonsa, I think Peterson, who, by the way, had 28 last night for Kansas. You got, who's my guy from UNC? Wilson, James Wilson, who's been hurt, but is probably the most athletic of anybody in this draft class. And then from there, Boozer. People really like Carlos Boozer. I'm not a big fan of him, but I can see why people love him. And then after that, you got Acuff, Who's my guy from Houston? Kingston Flemings. I mean, you just keep going down the list, and there's some studs. There's no doubt. And Acuff, that kid can score.
Let's clean up the board.
All right, let's go to Austin in San Mateo before we got to hit a break here. Let's sneak him in. Austin, good morning, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, this is what I'm thinking, man. Hey, what I hate is a bunch of selfish basketball players, and I feel like that's in Draymond and Klay Thompson and somewhat of Curry too. And the reason why I say that is it about Curry and Draymond getting their fifth ring, or is it about the future? And the future was right in front of them, and they felt, whenever Draymond get injured or whatnot, he out for a few games, they come back in and get in the starting lineup and messing up. But I'm gonna take it back to where David Lee, when he got injured, right? And he got injured, and they made that adjustment. Like, hey, I know you can still give us that double. We gonna need that off the bench. Where was Draymond Green coming off the bench at with that? Or Klay Thompson, when he got injured, coming off the bench and letting Poole, and showing Poole the ropes. Hey, this is how we gonna do that. This is how we gonna do this. Do that. Do this. And help your youth. Help your future. And then, the same thing with Wiseman. When Wiseman wanted to play a certain way, they didn't want Wiseman to play that way. Wiseman, So what y'all think about that? The OGs is not trying to, hang it up too early like Carmelo did when he didn't want to come off the bench. And then later on, he realized, hey, I guess I got to come off the bench. So what y'all think about that?
Well, we do have to hit a break, so I want to talk about it on the other side. The idea of clearing the path for, the young guys or something new. I agree in principle with Austin. I'm just not sure how it actually applies to this team because there ain't a lot of talent.
Draymond says he's willing to go to the bench, but for who?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right, 888-957-9570 is the number. Dan Devone, Evan Giddings, Warriors this week. Back after this.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know. Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Mountain View, San Mateo, Union City, Dublin, and San Rafael. Video Only.
Get ready, Bay Area. It's the first California rivalry match of the season. Bay FC takes on Angel City FC on Saturday, March 21st at 5:45 p.m. for the Women's Empowerment match at PayPal Park. It's more than a match. It's a celebration of the powerful women leading Bay FC today and the trailblazers who paved the way. Expect fast-paced action, unforgettable moments, and energy you can feel in every corner of the stadium. You don't want to sit this one out. Buy your tickets now and be a part of the first big showdown of the season.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is Larry Flick, owner of The Floor Store. This month marks our 40th anniversary, and our anniversary sale has been so popular, we're extending it for another week. So now to March 23rd, everything in every store will be 30% off. That's carpet, hardwood, laminate, waterproof flooring, and much more, all 30% off. The Floor Store's 40th anniversary sale. There's just one thing. It ends Monday. Go to floorstores.com to find the nearest of our 11 showrooms from Santa Rosa to San Jose. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connects to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, nope. That's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Sniff the difference. Hola, amigos. Brad Evans here. Check out this booming voice and Pat Boyle on BetMGM tonight. Covering the biggest sports stories from coast to coast. Live and interactive on the free Odyssey app. Discussing NFL offseason news and getting you ready for the madness in college hoops. BetMGM tonight with me, Brad Evans and Pat Boyle. Live and interactive. Monday through Friday night starting at 6 Eastern. Presented by BetMGM. Always live on the free Odyssey app and watch on YouTube at BetMGM tonight.
It's the Good Guys 42nd All-American Get-Together. High-octane Good Guys Autocross racing action. Explore the Dead End Magazine Lowrider Showcase and more. March 28th and 29th in Pleasanton. Details at good-guys.com.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ-FM in HD1 San Francisco, on Odyssey Sports Station. Always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch, and YouTube. Powered by First NorCal Credit Union.
I wouldn't be surprised at that.
Oh, yeah?
As for yeah.
You can take a kid out of Brooklyn, but you can't. What's this? Oh, yeah?
Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
Oh.
See, Scott bored you today as well.
Well, I got lost in translation there. Pasta caught me in a moment of weakness. You can take a kid out of Brooklyn, but you can't.
Hey, can we hear from AJ to see if he advances? Did you lock that up, the AJ?
No, AJ's on to the second round. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, you want the replay?
Yeah.
I'll go get it.
Okay, thank you. Do I make him do too much work?
Yes, you do. This is Saturday morning.
Sorry.
I mean, you're rolling.
Hey, I did a show with Sam Lutman where he would have to be getting tape like 3 hours before the show.
And that's why I'm trying to take all the work off of his plate, because I know what it usually looks like when he's here at 7 a.m. grabbing sound that you guys don't use.
Well, I asked you to get an Eminem clip last week, and now I just want to hear AJ. I think that's like...
Oh, speaking of, you sent me that. Was it an Eminem song?
Did you hear him going off?
Well, he can rap, obviously. This is not the question. Your declaration of him being the greatest rapper who's ever lived is the thing I have an issue with.
I'm saying the legends give him the GOAT title. Like, even Snoop is like, that dude is Marshall is too much.
Yeah, he's a great rapper. He's a really, really good rapper. By the way, Scott's been taking some heat lately. Scott from Berkeley.
Yeah.
He's been taking some heat.
Not really.
No, people coming down his road because this guy's got thoughts and he just, he kind of goes into his soliloquy. And
he's like part of the team. So he goes through, he has his own little rundown. He touches college basketball, little hoops, a little.
Well, what we try to do here on Warriors This Week is give people a forum to express as many thoughts and opinions as they want. I mean, shut up, Pasta. As soon as we get up to, the 4 or 5 minute mark, then we're going to have to cut you off. But we roll out the red carpet for all of our regulars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's hear AJ. See if we can, not yet?
I'm trying to find it.
Okay, in the meantime, Pasta, well, I guess technically Steve. Let's go to Steve in San Diego. I'm going to get it together. What's up, Steve? How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the NBA allows the same kind of restructuring of deals like the NFL, where maybe we extend Steph's contract to even another year or two at a much lower rate with a big upfront signing bonus so we can use the cap room for other players.
I don't think they can rework Steph's contract like in the NFL, for example. What Steph is making this season, he'll make, and what he's supposed to make next season, he will make.
Okay. Well, we love him, but, we got to move.
Yeah, I know. I do think there's a question, Steve, about, how much you want to pay Curry beyond next season. But I got a more important question for you, Steve. Where are you in San Diego?
I'm in far North County. I'm driving to pick my wife up. I'm a former Castro Valley resident.
Sick. Are we talking Carlsbad? You further north?
Yeah, we're in Carlsbad.
Okay, have you tried Cardiff crack?
Kind of crack?
No, but I love Cardiff.
Okay, Cardiff by the Sea. It's a little coast town up there. Stop by. I forget what the market is. It might be Cardiff by the Sea. Stop by that market and get you the best tri-tip sandwich you have ever had in your life. That is why they call it Cardiff crack.
It's on my list now.
All right.
I love it.
I got you, Steve. Thanks for the call, man. Call in anytime.
The hell with that. Just pull over and go to a Rubio's.
Anybody? Shut up.
$5 to get you 3 tacos, fish tacos, best fish tacos.
You can't go to Rubio's if you're in San Diego.
Why?
Because there's a million different legit local Mexican businesses.
Still the best fish taco going.
Where's there a Rubio's in San Francisco?
They don't. Do they?
Well, I don't know.
No.
They used to have one in the East Bay down in El Cerrito Plaza. I don't know if it's still there, though.
I used to think that stuff was back in the day, college. It's like, Rubio's fish taco? You kidding me?
Well, yeah.
That sauce.
Everyone's got their local spot in college. It was Rubio's in Oregon. They had it was called Qdoba. I think that was
we had Greasy Tony's in Tucson.
Mexican chain.
Greasy Tony's in Tucson. You would go in there just stumbling drunk at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that place for us is called Muchas Gracias. It's a Pacific Northwest chain. You might have seen them while you were up there in Seattle. Muchas Gracias?
Maybe. And then you wake up the next day and just like, God, why? That food's still in your throat.
Oh. No, anybody from San Diego call in. We can have a conversation about where the best food is because I can't get enough of it.
I just want to know the best fish taco. I'm joking.
I'll be going there soon.
When
are you going, Pasta?
So I was just there after the Perlman debacle. I was down there last month, and I'll be going again. My cousin goes to SDSU, and she's graduating this semester.
Oh, wow.
So journalism major.
Took her 6 years?
No, 4.
No, I was just assuming based on the,
No, I know. We all thought the same.
Cal school system. It wasn't about the major at all.
We all thought the same. We didn't even know she went to school, to be honest. But my other cousin lives down there too, so we're down there quite a bit.
That's San Diego State's a lot like U of A. It's a 4-year cake party. You know what's scary? But if I went to San Diego State,
it can be.
If I went to San Diego State, I know that I'd be living in Tijuana right now.
What?
I'd be like a bartender or something. I would just I've never. How far is Tijuana from San Diego State?
About a 45-minute drive.
Not even that, is it?
I thought it was like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, San Diego State's more inland. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I was trying to account for border. But if you just drove straight through with no traffic, yeah, you'd be there in 2025.
Can you imagine in college going to Tijuana?
I've gone down there for a day. It's really nice.
I mean,
Food's immaculate.
I was a little wild-haired back in the day. I wouldn't have got out of that place.
You never went down across the border when you were living in Arizona?
We did. We went to, oh God, what was it?
Oaxaca.
No, there was it was just such a terrible beach from a guy who was from Hawaii.
So right by Yuma?
Walking around with, it was guys walking around with AK-47s. What was that called?
Doggone
it.
This was on our side of the border?
Something Rock. Anybody in Arizona who went to the University of Arizona knows what I'm talking about. Something Rock Beach. It's a hold on, I'm gonna look.
707. If you want fish in San Francisco, you go to Hook and Fish Co. on Irving and 45th.
Rocky Point?
I think
Rocky Point. Thank you very much.
I think it's Fish Hook. No.
We need to get on point.
It's Hook Fish. It's Hook Fish. That's where you want to go to get some good seafood. All right, let's go back to the calls. 888-957-9570 and go to Mojo Rising. What's up, Mojo? Good to hear from you. How you doing?
Yo, what's happening, my friends? Break on through to the other side, man. Hey, I hope I don't bore Dan this week, man.
I knew it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mojo!
Lay out, Devon.
Hey, so anyway, I agree with him, though, man. I think that Kaminga's going to have a big night tonight. I really hope he does. Man, like I said, I'm a diehard Warriors fan, man. I go back as far as, I'm sure you guys remember. You guys remember Chris Gatlin, the Gatling gun? I mean, I go way back with the Warriors, man. And here's the thing.
The Gatling and Victor Alexander. Remember those two?
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, you know one of the best underrated players for the Warriors, I'm sure you guys would agree? Mitch Richmond, man. One of the best players forever for the Warriors, man. He was awesome. And the Warriors make all these stupid trades, man. I think that this Kaminga trade with Porzingis may go down to be one of the worst trades ever, besides maybe when they traded Robert Parrish and the rights for Kevin McHale back 10 million thousand years ago. Because Porzingis, man, I don't know what it is with that dude. He's the original glass man. He's worse than Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis, he's really good when he plays. Porzingis is pretty good when he plays too, but you know what? The dude is always hurt, man. Like last night on that play, the dude bumps into him and he falls back and now his back's hurt. Like, come on, man. And really, believe it or not, and I think I mentioned this, it was maybe like 2 months ago when I called him. I think he said that Quinn Post is not in the stratosphere of Miles Turner, and I called in and disagreed. I don't know if you guys watch the games like I do, but when you watch Post, his fundamentals are really good. The other night against the Celtics, I'm pretty sure he had at least 10 rebounds. If he can get down his threes, he's really good. I got a feeling in a couple of years, because Post is only in his second year, man. He's going to be really good. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star one day, but he's got the potential to be an upper echelon NBA player. And really, the Porzingis thing, getting hurt is kind of a blessing in disguise, because if you notice, when Post's on the floor, the Warriors usually do pretty well. Yeah, I know they got 1,000,000 injuries over and over and over. And, you know, Horford is a really good player. He's better than Porzingis, even though he's a lot older. That's the whole point. We got too many old guys. We definitely need to get some young guys. And I mentioned last week that Peyton II, I guess he didn't like the fact that I said he should play 30, 35 minutes a game. And I think it's because he is a little bit injury prone. Maybe Kerr's afraid to play him. But he is our most athletic player now that Kaminga's gone. If you watch him, he gets rebounds. He does all this stuff. He plays obviously really, really good defense. So it's kind of like you have to play him more. When you're limited on players, you got to play your better players more minutes. You know what I mean? So he needs to play at least 30 minutes. Post has to play 40 minutes a game, which he's going to be forced to. And at this point, he's better than Porzingis, and which is really going to go down to be a horrible trade for the Warriors. And Kerr, I'm with you too, man. Kerr, like, I don't know what it is, man, with Kerr. Like, he really did. He screwed over Kaminga really his whole career. Like you said, he didn't deserve maybe to play for the 5 years. Sometimes he was up and down. But, yeah, these last couple months, that was unbelievable what he did with this poor kid and his mind. And think about it, in Atlanta, what are they doing in Atlanta? And I agree with the coach. I think he's like their second best player in Atlanta. You know, they're keeping him. They're behind. Like I said last week, I heard that Atlanta's fans were chanting, "Thank you, Warriors. Thank you, Warriors." He's their secret weapon. And unfortunately, the Warriors are not going nowhere. We're absolutely going to lose in the play-in game. There's no way they're going to beat Portland. We're 3-1 against Portland right now. So, I mean, maybe they could. and then they got to win a second game, and then what are you going to do? You're going to play Oklahoma City or San Antonio in the first round. So maybe it's the best thing that the Warriors are this whole tanking thing. Like, it's really kind of sketchy what Curry's been doing. Wasn't he supposed to come back after the All-Star break? And I heard you mentioned something about, all NBA teams tank.
I got
and now
you.
he's been out for, a whole nother month?
Yep.
Like, so I don't know, fellas. Like I said, the Warriors, man, I love them to death, but they're not a good team right now, man. So
I got you, Mojo. No, appreciate the call, man. Anytime. We going to be hearing that tonight?
Probably.
That was the Thank You Warriors chant that Mojo is referring to.
I love it.
In Atlanta. You Atlanta Hawks fan now, Dan?
I love it. For a night, I am. Unabashed. I think this is sort of Steve Kerr's undoing. I do. I think it's the beginning of the end for Steve.
God. The beginning of the end?
Yeah, just think of the games. Steve Kerr is a Hall of Fame coach, greatest coach we've ever had. I always got to preface this with saying the same crap every week. Love the guy, but it's time, man. And I think the way you handled Steve, Jonathan Kaminga, was just, you're a little out of touch. And you may have been right in a lot of ways, but I just think you and Dunleavy, unless there's something we're not aware of, but you're not divulging anything, so we can only arrive at what it is, the conclusions that we arrive at is only from what it is that we've seen. What we've seen is you bench a guy when you needed young athletes who could get their own on a team that was thoroughly depleted. And he goes to Atlanta, and I hope he does well. At least for a night.
He is doing well. He's playing well off the bench for him. He's playing 23 minutes a night and scoring 15 points a game.
See, the reason why I think Steve Kerr, I hate saying needs to go. I hope that Steve Kerr is thinking along the same lines that it's time for me, because if the team does go young and does invest in the future, which I think that they strongly need to do, that does not involve Steve Kerr. That's not an indictment on him as a person or a coach. It's just you need a breath of fresh air and somebody who's more relatable. And it's not Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is sort of stuck in his ways. Steve Kerr is still playing basketball if it's 2016 and an offense that's so reliant on threes and 5 out and no bigs. It's just not the way the game's being played anymore. Steve Kerr even admits as much. He's like, today's coaches, I've heard him say this, are so innovative and they're such remarkable offensive minds. And he's right. They are. And I think the game's being played differently than the way Steve Kerr wants to play it. And Steve Kerr will admit as much that he's reluctant to play younger players. Well, that's where you're at. You don't have a choice any longer.
Well, he's playing a lot of young guys right now because all of his old guys are hurt.
Well, and
the young guys aren't very good.
That's out of necessity and stupidity in terms of roster construction, because we all know that this was inevitable.
Well, it worked last year, and it fell flat on its face this season. But all you can do right now is play these games until you try and get Curry back, try and get Porzingis back, and make a run at this thing.
But my fear is that there's going to be enough voices out there that are going to listen to, we got to do this for Steph, one more for Steph. Let's go get somebody. We got Jimmy Butler coming back. Porzingis coming back. Draymond, whatever we can rinse out of him, and Steph is Steph. If that sort of logic is at play over the offseason, then again, hello, Detroit Pistons. You can go 18 years in between 50-win seasons.
But why would one off season cost them 18 years?
Well, because the idea is that you're prolonging and kicking the can down the road.
Yeah, and I think they've been doing that because Steph has still been in a place in his career where he's an elite guy.
Well, somebody has to have the mature conversation with Steph that, listen, this is where we're at. I hope you're on board, but we've got to go in a different direction. But again, to me, it's a mindset that, well, we can do this next year or the year after. Before you know it, it's going to be 18 years like that of the Detroit Pistons. It'll go like that. If you're not assertive and get out in front of this thing and recognize that, no, it's gone. It's over. Let it go. You're not going to Western Conference titles. There's nothing you're going to do with Steph in terms of his twilight years as far as winning a title. So either get in that lane where you're in recovery mode to expedite the recovery so you're back in relevancy a lot sooner rather than later. But the idea of, well, no, and Dunleavy trying to, I hope they go after Giannis in a weird way so I can come on the air and yell at you for 3 hours.
Why do you think that I'm the face of the Bring Giannis to the Bay Club?
See that you're a guru. I heard it.
No.
Let me bust out my phone.
I literally said I believe before Jimmy Butler got hurt, it made sense, but now it doesn't. It does not make sense.
Actually, you know what you said was spot on. You're like, you really want to mortgage the future for this guy. You just threw it out there. Like, is that what you want to do? You want to mortgage the future for this guy?
Well, because I don't think that mortgaging the future is going to get you where you want to go.
Exactly.
And
we're saying this. We're along the same line.
Yeah, but even let's say even if Giannis is healthy, I think the Warriors still need more.
And why would Giannis want to come in?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, if he did, you'd be mortgaging everything. And this is actually kind of what I mean during that conversation. I don't know if this was in the clip that you saw. But what I'm afraid of, and actually where I will agree with you, if the Warriors are how they get to the Detroit Pistons of being 18 years with no playoffs after winning a championship in, was it 2004?
Yeah.
They're only there if they make a choice like the Clippers made or a choice like the Brooklyn Nets made.
Exactly.
That's what and I'm not advocating for that at all. The idea that next season you might have some of the same pieces, like, I don't really know what else they're supposed to do. If you really want to try and play meaningful basketball games, okay, fine. Like, bring Porzingis back and try and find a reasonable number for Melton. Maybe there's another free agent out there that can help you. You make your pick, which is probably going to be a lottery at this point because you're going to get bounced in the first round of the play-in or the second. Use your pick, and then you kind of try and serve both masters for one more year, and eventually then you blow it up when Steph turns 40. I don't know what else you're supposed to do next season. But the idea of sending future first-round capital at this point for anybody,
suicide. That
I'm out on. Because you're going to have to use your picks at some point. That's the only way you can try and re-kickstart this thing. And Dan, I don't want them to be in the position that the Los Angeles Clippers are primarily right now, which is they don't have much of a present. They have a little bit of a future, but it doesn't include any of their own draft picks because they sent them along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to the Thunder.
Well, it never works when you want a guy who's in their 30s. You know why? What they take for granted, the Dunleavys of the world, because he did want Paul George, is that you just look in a vacuum of Paul George as a good basketball player. But how's he going to assimilate in our basketball team? Like, there's something about organic growth, which is why young teams are the ones that dominate, like that of OKC and San Antonio, that do it with their own, that grow up together, much like that of the Golden State Warriors. Trying to parse this thing together with players who are already in their early to mid-30s, like the Jimmy Butlers, although Jimmy Butler did work for a year, and I was wrong. But look at Kevin Durant. Like, Houston's thinking, oh, we just need Kevin Durant, for crying out loud. We're one piece away.
They thought they were.
And Kevin Durant's been good, but would they be better with Dylan Brooks? I'm just saying, like,
I think the Fred VanVleet injury really hurt.
That hurts, but look what they've done look at Phoenix and look at Houston. And this is supposed to be a gap year for Phoenix, but Dylan Brooks has reignited that basketball team. Say what you will about Jalen Green. There's a guy by the name of Rasheer Fleming. Are you familiar with this guy?
I know Dave Fleming.
Rasheer, yes, Dave Fleming is here, by the way.
He's sitting in the other room, actually.
Thank you, John.
I'm in the middle of a take. No Fleming right now, Boston. Rasheer Fleming is another guy out of this draft class. This dude's got a wingspan of 7'5". Like, his defense is amazing, and he's just beginning to emerge now as a star. He came over in that trade with Kevin Durant. That's what you want, man. You want young pieces that you can build around. Not Kevin Durant, not Paul George, not Giannis. Like, that's not how you win in the NBA, and it's been proven time and time again. But for whatever reason, the Dunleavys of the world just discard that. And maybe they're just trying, they know that because they're not stupid people. Maybe they're just trying to appease whomever. They just need butts in the seats, that their bottom line is more from a business end than it is about winning. And one of the reasons why...
Who's that?
I would check.
Who's that over there?
It's the fans are like, keep going, Dan. And one of the reasons why I would entertain calls for Steph Curry, I would take a call. In case Nico Harrison, too, is out there and wants to overpay me, I need to know. Because, Ev, one of the things about me as the GM of the Golden State Warriors, I check my sentimentality at the door. I have no sentimentality when it comes to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green.
Well, I know you don't.
When it's over with, I know. And I'm one of one here. When his career's over with, I will rename Market Street. Hell, I'll call Chase the Steph Center. I will put a statue on every corner in San Francisco because you mean that much. But I think in terms of what's best for team. And I don't let sentimentality get in the way. And if somebody wants to overpay for Steph, once again, I'm going to listen.
Let's go to Chris. Let's go to Chris in Lafayette. Chris, round us out this segment. How you doing?
Good to talk with you gentlemen today. You know, I think the Warriors have a plan. I think if you consider a lineup of where you got Porzingis at center, you've got any combination of, you know how Steve has been really playing with plug and play. So you've got a Jimmy Butler, DeSantos forwards. You've got a Seth and Steph or a Steph and Melt. And then you've got all these other ways you can play it. You can put in a Horford in this one of these spots. You can put Draymond. I think when you think about that kind of lineup, it's pretty damn impressive. I think they're going to just blow their wad next year on that kind of a lineup, or they already are going to clear their cap space. I think there's only one of two ways to go, and that's sticking with what nobody's really calling out what the lineup will be when everybody's healthy. I think it's pretty impressive.
I'm right there with you, Chris. It's a formidable starting five.
What is?
I would probably have Draymond coming off the bench.
Give me the starting five before we go.
That when it's all healthy?
Yeah.
Steph, Melton, Moody, Draymond, or Horford, and Porzingis.
4 of those guys will be hurt within 10 days.
Yeah, but you only need him for 10 days because they're playing a 7-game series, Dan. You only need him for 10 days. Don't worry about it. All right, 888-957-9570 is the number. Warriors this week rolls on. One last segment coming up with Devone and Giddings on the other side.
Picture yourself on the Golden State Warriors home court, wine in hand. Kendall Jackson Wines invites you to dinner on the court at the Chase Center on Saturday, April 4th. Enjoy an exclusive Q&A with a Warriors legend and ESPN reporter, Mark Spears. Then savor a dinner paired with world-class wines from Kendall Jackson and their esteemed partner wineries from across the Napa Valley and Sonoma County. Dinner on the court, Saturday, April 4th. Tickets are $250. Get yours or enter to win a pair at kj.com/Warriors.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years, like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models? Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
Bay FC fans, it's the first California rivalry match of the season on Saturday, March 21st at 5:45 p.m. Bay FC hosts Angel City FC at PayPal Park as they honor the players who wear the Bay FC crest and the Trailblazers on and off the pitch who paved the way. Grab your tickets now.
High five. Up top.
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
All right, I need avocados, bananas, salad, steak.
Wow, does your grocery list have multiple pages?
No, but I skipped lunch, so now it's like my stomach is doing the grocery shopping. And besides, I'm earning cash back with Upside.
Upside? What's that?
Hold up, you haven't heard of it? Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you shop at gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants. And they added Lucky and Food Max stores, so we're pretty much covered wherever we go.
All those stores?
Yep, so not only are we getting a great deal on groceries, now we can earn cash back as well.
Okay, downloading Upside. Now let me copy your grocery list.
Great news! Lucky and Food Max are now on Upside. Download the Upside app and use the promo code SAVE9 to earn a 10% cashback bonus on your first grocery purchase. That's promo code SAVE9 for a 10% cashback bonus. Use promo code SAVE9.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
He's the best interview in the Bay Area.
He looked like Steph Curry always has, so he still got it. I mean, I think the biggest thing when you're 37 is maintaining the level over the course of 82 games.
And he joins Willard and Dibbs every week during the NBA season.
We have a blueprint that everybody's feeling confident with.
Steve Kerr is presented by Great Clips. In sports, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
It's here. At T-Mobile, get the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with Galaxy AI. Okay, we don't need the trumpets. We know it's awesome. You even get a 5-year price guarantee. And the best benefits in wireless. A kazoo? Get the new Galaxy S26 Ultra. Really? Nothing? Did I mention at T-Mobile there's no trade-in needed? Better.
Guarantee excludes taxes and fees. Applies to monthly price of on-network talk, text, and 5G data on the Beyond plan. Benefits vary by plan. May require activation and are based on included perks. Exclusions and details at T-Mobile.com.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Hey, Bay Area sports fans, get ready for game day with Laughing Monk Brewing. Whether you're watching with friends or heading out after the final whistle, Laughing Monk has the perfect beer for the moment. With locations in Sunnyvale, Scotts Valley, and Bayview in San Francisco, there's always a Monk nearby. And now, check out their newest San Francisco location in Nopa. From crisp lagers to bold IPAs, every beer is righteously brewed in San Francisco. Grab a pint, grab your crew, and make game day better at Laughing Monk Brewing. Righteously brewed in San Francisco.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
You're the first. You're my last. You're my everything.
Now back to Warriors This Week on 95.7 The Game.
That was AJ in LA, I think. Really good. Really, really strong. So deep baritone voice. Oh, yeah? We got to turn that on.
Is he better than Nick Friedel? Did we move him on to the second round?
Well, AJ, yeah, I'm a little more, I prefer AJ.
Okay, I tell you what. Pasta really quick.
He's on to the Sweet 16.
Play the NCAA bed, all right? And then do Nick Friedel, and then give me AJ, okay? And then we'll let the first caller decide who's moving on to the Sweet 16.
You might have to set it up on the same board, though.
Oh.
Do you have it?
What am I doing?
You're playing Nick Friedel.
Play Nick Friedel and then AJ.
And then AJ.
Uh-oh.
You're the first. You're my last.
Oh, it ain't even close.
You're my everything.
All right, the first caller. Who's moving on to the Sweet 16? Is it
close.
AJ or is it Nick Friedel?
Please, that's a based on those two bits, that's a 3 over 14.
What do you like?
AJ.
Really? You're dethroning our man?
Yeah, and I mean
Nick Friedel?
He's had his day in the sun. It's
so
AJ's
should we
time.
just say officially AJ's moving on to the Sweet 16 until we get another call?
Yeah, until we get someone else to challenge him in the Elite Eight.
Friedell's on like 4 times a week at this point.
AJ, if you're listening, AJ, you have just officially moved on to the Sweet 16. And we'll wait to see if we can dethrone that if somebody else wants to call in that's got better pipes.
Well, and it does work because today, obviously, is a day that will tell us who is moving on to the Sweet 16. Got a bunch of different games going on today. One West Coast Conference school still in there. And I did see this, Dan, which bothered me a little bit. And we'll wrap up with the Warriors here, but I guess there's a possibility that Randy Bennett could go to Arizona State.
Oh, wow.
That would hurt. That would really hurt.
Oh, no.
Hurley was there for 14 years.
Dude, that team stunk.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunk this year. All right. Let's go to Austin in San Jose. Start us off, Austin. How you doing, man? Good to hear from you.
Hey, man, I'm good, man. What's happening Saturday? You guys are going all over the place, though. You guys are everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all this trivia stuff, and oh my God, tacos, and wow. So I was thinking about Dunleavy when he first got the job, and we know that he was on the bench, so to speak, in the front office. But when he got elevated, I was actually thinking highly of him because I thought maybe he'll take the chance to kind of go against the grain. He wasn't obligated, in my opinion, to stick with the status quo. I really thought it was a chance for him to kind of reset and say, hey, I don't feel the attachment to Steph, Draymond, Clay, and these guys that maybe Bob Myers did. You know what I mean? And he wasn't certainly as close to Draymond. So I was thinking, okay, maybe he's the guy that can go in and do what those other guys that Bob Myers didn't want to do. Very disappointing when he turned out to be a status quo guy. Basically came in and doubled down on the old crew. And so I think there was a missed opportunity maybe in Lacob. Lacob should have gone, first of all, I think he should have gone outside, number one, because he needed a new set of eyes on the team. But then when he put Dunleavy in the job, it feels like he's running Lacob's program. I don't get the sense that he's actually running his own program, which is very disappointing. I just kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that. That what if they had hired somebody outside, and what if Dunleavy had gone on the path of really trying to change things, put the organization in a different direction, as opposed to saying we're going to double down with staff and keep everybody the same. And then Dan actually hit it. This whole thing could turn real ugly because I think we already know what we have. I don't think you have to see much more of the current roster, guys. I've seen enough already. I know what the role players are. They're not that good. Even Steph and Jimmy together was an A seed, and I think people forget that. When they played together, correct me if I'm wrong, Evan, but were they ever higher than an A seed? I don't believe they were.
No,
and so this notion that all of a sudden Jimmy's going to come back, Steph's there, and they're going to run through the NBA, the Western Conference, I think that's fool's gold, man. So I think that I've already seen enough. What I would do is I would reset the whole roster in the offseason. I think they need someone to come in and really blow the roster up, not just in terms of tanking, but to get some more different talent on the Warriors, man. That's kind of where I'm thinking today, guys. I'm enjoying the March Madness, and I'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate it.
Sweet. Thanks, Austin. Yeah, the highest that the Warriors were they were 6 games above 500. They were 25-19 the night that Jimmy Butler tore his ACL against the Miami Heat. And since then, they are 8-18. That's the record. His point about Dunleavy is interesting. I don't know. I was under the impression, Dan, and maybe me and Austin are different here. I was under the impression that Dunleavy was brought in not to change things.
He was an understudy of Bob Myers.
Yeah, I think actually his loyalty was still as an assistant GM, a part of this team. I think his loyalty has been to Kerr and Curry and Draymond. And to an extent, Clay, but obviously that relationship fizzled towards the end. I think his loyalty has been to the champions. And what they're figuring out this season in real time is that they can't continue to operate like that for much longer. Maybe it's one more year, and we're going to have to just bite the bullet for another season. And then maybe Dunleavy does what he wants to do. Maybe Lacob brings in someone else. Maybe they decide they want a new head coach, new general manager. Maybe they want to go scorched earth. I'm not sure. But I was never under the impression that Mike Dunleavy Jr. was brought in to remake the wheel. I think he was brought in to try and usher this fading dynasty, in the words of some in the Warriors organization, into whatever comes after it.
Yeah, but I guess my issue...
He's the fall guy.
My issue is that there isn't another year. Because if you do this, you're going to be in the exact same situation. It's just Steph's going to be a year older, and you're going to be a year further behind. And again, I'm going to bring it up again. Before you know it, it's going to be 18 years. If you don't get militant about this, you're already 2 years behind as far as I'm concerned in terms of in anticipating this.
Yeah.
So this idea that let's wait, another year, that'll make no. You're already behind the 8 ball. It's time. Bye, Steve. Say your goodbyes in the next month, man. I love you, but you're out. Jimmy Butler, I don't even know if Butler, you're going to be able to play next year. Hell, Kyrie Irving didn't play this entire season, and he's 5 years younger, and they both suffer the same injury.
But how are you going to, but you can't move his contract.
But you got to do, you can trade him.
Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, that's just it.
You have to take on $50 million.
Somebody's out there. I'll get expiring contracts, man. This is what I'm talking about. You need someone like that, of a Danny Ainge, a Brad Stevens, or someone just to come in to Austin's point and just saying, hey, man, where do I plug in the TNT? Because I'm taking a torch to this thing.
Yeah, but I think someone like Jimmy Butler's contract, you would have to attach a draft pick to get off of it.
Well, you're not going to do that. But my point is that you have this.
That's what I'm saying, where you're just going to be stuck with $50 million that's not available for the first 3 months of the season.
Could I not package Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler to a potential team?
Who would want them?
Well, I'm just saying.
Seriously, Dan, if you're watching Draymond Green this season, why would you give up anything for him?
It's 2 years too late. I get it, or a year too late. But that's where my head's at. The idea of bringing this back and let's just do it again for Steph and see what happens. I know what's going to happen, and I'm not trying to be a wise ass here. We know what's going to happen. All those guys are going to get hurt, and you're going to be in the exact same situation. And we're going to be talking about, like the caller, Mojo Rising, how he wants to see Quentin Post play for 40 minutes a game.
Well, he might be watching Quentin Post play 40 minutes a game if some of these guys continue to go down. Porzingis, no. Horford, no. Moody, no. Steph, no. Seth, no. Am I missing anybody? I think that's it. All right, let's go to sweet. Let's go to Brad. Brad wants to get in on our voice contest. Nice. Brad, now we got a couple spots in the Sweet 16 right now, and you're in the game. All right, you're down 4 with it. About 6 minutes left in the half.
In the game. We haven't heard from him.
Well, I'm assuming he's got a nice voice because he wants to get in on this. Hey, Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Oh, I can already tell.
Brad,
do I get one crack at it, or I get
hold on.
No. Dan's going to tee you up.
Oh, so Brad, what do you like to listen to? Are you a Barry White guy, or what do you want? What are the lyrics of a song that you think you'd be pretty good at?
Sinatra.
Oh, I thought we were sort of forced to do the Barry White one, which I'm happy to do.
Okay, do you know the lyrics?
You're my first, you're my last, you're my everything.
Okay, you ready? Let's go.
Okay. You're my first. You're my last. My everything.
Strong, Brad. Strong.
Not bad.
Is it enough to knock AJ off, though? That's the question. So we'll have Pasta run that back in the back.
AJ right now has moved on to the Sweet 16. The question is, who is he going to face?
Yeah.
Does Brad advance to the Sweet? Why don't we take a call? Like, if somebody's out there, do you think Brad, we just heard from Brad, is good enough to advance to take on AJ from Southern California?
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate the call. Next time we got Barry White, you're up.
Yeah, that was pretty lame.
Dude, why do you always wait until guys get off until you rip them?
Because, come on, I was expecting something a little bit more.
Well, what if AJ was just really good? I didn't think that was bad. AJ's just a little better.
Sing. We need someone
You're
who
my first, you're my last.
AJ can sing. I just needed
Did we have a new entry just now? Evan Giddings coming in last minute.
You're my everything.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
I got a good voice.
No, you have a deep voice.
Yeah, no, I got a good one though.
You're my first.
All right, that pasta. You gotta tell people what the hell that was.
It's my Buck Martinez impression.
Oh.
And for those who don't know, Buck Martinez is a play-by-play announcer for the Toronto Blue Jays who has one of the most unique voices of all time. Do you have a good impersonation of anybody?
No, not really.
You never tried impersonations?
How about who do I do? No. If you give me somebody, I could probably knock it out.
The only one, and I feel bad that I was able to nearly perfect in college. He just passed away, so I don't know if I want to do it right now, but it's Lou Holtz. I do a pretty good Lou Holtz.
Oh, don't give me the lisp.
It's harder to do the lisp than you think.
Go ahead. I think enough time has passed.
Well, this is Lou Holtz here, the SEC. And I got to tell you what, Dan Javone, the LSU Tigers, they're going to make a run this year in the NCAA tournament. There's no doubt about it. Oh, love you, Lou. Yeah. All right.
We are all going to hell.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I had nothing to do with that. I just laughed my ass off.
No, you're just making fun of people. You gotta be a little nicer. I feel like, and this is actually, so you are team scorched earth, you are team rebuild, team reboot, and that's all fine and well. I do think the Warriors are wearing on you a little more than you're letting on. Because, tonight you're like, I don't care. I'm watching Kaminga. I want the Hawks to win. But secretly, deep down, I think some of this, I don't know if it's negativity I sense or, just like a little crassness from you lately, Dan. I think it's because the Warriors, they just haven't been giving you anything. You deep down want this team to be good, and you're just not getting enough of it right now. Are you projecting?
I think that, well, listen, I just do this for entertainment purposes. Nothing's worse than you get two guys who are just, all about fawning over each other and talking about, the Warriors could be...
Well, it's hard to talk about a team that's lost, what is it now, 6 of 7, 7 of 8?
There's just two schools of thought. Like
7 of 8.
Do you try and get somebody because you think you're a piece or two away, or do you go younger? And I think the fact that there are not enough people who are sort of in my camp, especially that have a say in all of this, the Dunleavys and the Kerrs of the world, is sort of what gets me going. What are you cat that ate the canary smiling about?
You really want to know what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
This Michigan State spread that's about to start in 2 minutes.
What's the line?
Do we have can we go to this call? It's 5.5. Can we go to this call? Oh, sorry, Pasta. Let's go to Tiana in San Francisco. Might be our last caller today, Tiana.
Oh, we haven't had enough women on the line.
That's true. Hey, T, how you doing?
Doing good. This is Terrence, but I was calling to say we got to be honest about this. The reason why we've been losing and these players are getting hurt is specifically because of Steve Kerr. The reason Jimmy got hurt is because he got Kaminga on the bench. He had Gee riding on the bench. That's why these players are getting hurt. They're having to overexert themselves, doing too much. There's no reason we should be on this. We should be this injured. And he got Steph Curry running 3 miles a game. That's why he got runner knee. It's all about this coach and the things he's doing to this team. He must go. We do that. We do need a rebuild. Draymond, Kerr, and Pods, they need to go. These other players can step up. There's no reason Post shouldn't be getting major minutes, even behind Horford or behind Porzingis at the moment. He still should be in the game. Draymond should never be starting. He needs to go to the back of the bench and play the Haslam role. It's obvious. We could have won a championship last year if he just would have played Kaminga in those closing games. We could have had the 6th seed. We would have played the Lakers. We would have swept them. Steph would have got rest. Jimmy would have got rest. And we could have went to an easy championship. But no, Kerr wanted to, we got 3 games to make the playoffs. It's all Kerr and his coaching. He has to go. There's no reason. And get Dunleavy out of here, too, because he traded Poole for an injured for an old Chris Paul and the pick. So that's why we got to blame the front office.
Hey, T, can we get you in the NCAA tournament?
I got you, Tiana.
Wait, can we get him in the tournament?
Yeah. Oh.
T, you there?
Yo.
Okay. So the lyrics are, you're the first, you're the last, you're my everything. Okay? We think you got the potential. We're recognizing that you've got some pipes on you. You got a deep voice. So do your best. Barry White impersonation. You're the first, You're the last. You're my everything. And let's see if you can advance to the Sweet 16. You ready? T.
Did we lose him?
Yeah, he didn't want to play. He was drunk anyways.
Yeah, it was locked.
He's talking about the Warriors winning an NCAA championship.
Boston gets in my ears like, I swear to God, that was a woman.
Oh, don't go there.
There's nothing worse than that.
She said she wanted to talk about the game.
Yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. All right, Dan. Where do you want to leave this show today? You want people to know how you're feeling about tonight?
You're my first. You're my last. My everything.
That's Brad.
Brad's not that bad.
That was bad. That's what I'm telling you. That wasn't bad.
Okay. Brad just went to the Sweet 16. Sorry, Brad.
Who are you? One of these, Russian judges on The Voice?
The reason I said T was drunk because he had
Simon Cowell.
He had the Warriors winning the NBA championship last year.
Yeah, I don't think that was possible. Although you and I were on the same page that we both believe last year was the last best chance. And so now, look, again, I don't know. Dan, I do believe this in life. When you have, all right, you work in an entrepreneurial world, right?
Yes.
So you work with people that value relationships. What I think the Warriors are doing this year, if there's anything they owe their aging players, their champions, it's the opportunity to prove that they can't do it anymore. And I think that's what's happening this season. We're finding out that these champs, these older guys, that they can't stay healthy enough to do it anymore at the level required for them to contend for titles. And as a result, you got to do something different from here on out.
I guess that's why if I was a GM, I'm a little bit different. I don't owe anybody anything. I owe you a paycheck, which you certainly can cash, and it's a healthy paycheck. But there's no sentimentality involved. I don't owe you anything as far as winning a title, Steph Curry's last. This is just me.
No, but Dan, if you have an employee that works on you for 15 years that is a high performer that is really good, then don't you owe them the opportunity to prove that they can't sell for you anymore?
No.
Or can't perform for you anymore?
In anything else other than sports, no. I mean, if it was an employee, yes, there'd be some allegiance. But when you're talking about sports, to me, it's all about good for team. And if you've slowed a half step or you've lost a half step or you've lost a full step and you're no longer, I'm not saying this is Steph, I'm just saying if you're no longer the same player and I need to go in another direction. And to me, again, if I can entertain somebody that's willing to overpay for your services, I have to think what's best for team. I don't owe you anything except a paycheck.
But last year wasn't Steph contributing. He was still performing at a high level.
Sure.
Was Jimmy Butler last season performing at a high level?
He was.
Was Draymond Green performing at a high level?
At times.
Yeah, and I would say all three of those guys this year, because of injury or declining play, have proven that they no longer can. So we have to do something different moving forward. But this idea that coming into the year that, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's where I'm different, and maybe I am sentimental. But pulling the plug early on championship and veteran players that you've been loyal to, maybe not Jimmy Butler, but specifically Steph and Draymond, I think those are guys, like, to me, that's what we've asked this all the time. Like, what do you owe guys? I think you do owe them the opportunity to fail. But after they prove it, then to me it does enter the realm of lunacy to try it again when they've proven to you that they can't do it.
Well, I guess the difference is that I would have never traded for Jimmy Butler and I would have gotten off Draymond Green a lot sooner.
Yeah.
So the scenario you just presented wasn't something that I would entertain because none of those players would be on my roster because I would have started this years earlier. But I understand what it is you're saying, and that makes sense.
No, I mean, if this was the Golden State Devones, there'd be a lot of rookies. There'd be a lot of young guys. There'd be a lot of, and hopefully there'd be a lot of lottery picks, which, by the way, you still got you got control over. You got all your first-round picks. You'll make one this year. You decide whether you want to keep them or not. And maybe you get a new head coach in here if you think that that's a player you want to build around. Like, this is another thing, too. If you do somehow, let's say you sneak into the top 5 or 6, you get our guy A-Cuff, you run this thing into a rookie's lap, right? Well, then I do think you may have to make a move at head coach. Like, if you get a player in here that you want to build around as a young guy, you're saying, it's less about Steph and it's more about this future player that you really like or whatever, then I do think maybe you got to consider finding someone else to be that coach. And that's where I threw this out last week, but you could look in the college ranks, man. You can look in the college ranks for a college coach.
Who's this guy that you want? Tony Vitello Jr.?
No. Well, there's a couple guys. Could you imagine Dan Hurley being the Golden State Warriors head coach?
The Lakers entertained that.
Yeah, I think he kind of just used them to get a new contract with UConn. I think he just used that was the one time where, you remember Woj came out of retirement to break that news about Hurley.
Yeah.
Just because I think he goes back with him at what's the
St. Bonnie.
Yeah, the big prep. No.
Oh.
Woj works at Bonaventure, but he knows Hurley's father from that prep school in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Benedict's?
St. Benedict's.
St. Benedict's, yeah. But yeah, I'd take Hurley in a heartbeat. Entertaining that season would be.
It's just tough to assimilate how a guy will do at the professional level. It's very different. Ask Tony Vitello.
Okay, then bring Steve Kerr back.
No, wait a minute.
Now I got you.
Those are my only choices.
Now I got you.
Some coconut with no experience or Steve Kerr?
It's a difficult situation.
He's got 2 national championships.
How about, there's somebody else. If you give me a week, I'll come back next week with a laundry list.
All right, Billy Donovan.
No.
He's available.
No.
Christie. You can get Doug Christie.
You out your mind.
I'm just saying, it's so easy to just go and get another head coach, get this one out of here.
No,
so
it's
easy
not
just to find one. All right.
And if there isn't
Terry
one,
Stotts, you're up.
But no, Terry Stotts is the same thing as Steve Kerr. He's just 3 inches taller.
He's a lot taller.
The only guy out of that staff that I would interview would be Stack.
Why?
Stack seems relatable.
He's never been a head coach before.
Well, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm tired.
Dan Hurley, you're up.
I'm tired of doing it the same way.
Let's hire Randy Bennett. He's available, according to sources.
What do you say? I'm surprised he hasn't got up and walked sooner than this.
Well, apparently he's from Arizona, so that's why I guess the Mesa area.
He must have had offers over the years.
Oh, yeah, of course. But St. Mary's treats him well, and he's built that program into a perennial powerhouse. I think the only reason he might be leaving, or that someone in that conference would be leaving, is just because Gonzaga is going to the Pac-12. And so next year the West Coast Conference is going to take a big hit. And it's going to be a lot tougher, especially in the NIL era. It's going to be a lot tougher.
ASU has never been good in hoops.
Who?
Arizona State.
Has never been good at hoops.
I'm trying to think. If they ever...
Well, they've had some good players.
Steve Headache Smith.
James Hodden.
That's right.
Arizona State.
You know who Steve Headache Smith is?
I don't.
Guy who was throwing basketball games. He was point shaving back in the day with ASU. Went to federal prison. And now, poor guy was just all I wanted was to make some money. Hello, NIL. Guy had to shave points and then did time. He was wearing the stripes. Hey, boss, let's go out with that.
That's why he's one of Daone's heroes on
can we go
Warriors
out with
this week.
NCAA bid in our Sweet 16? Are you
going to do your Barry White?
No, but we have. Do you want to get into it? Okay, so moving on to the Sweet 16. Are we moving Brad in?
Yeah, Brad's going.
So Brad is going to the Sweet 16. We also have the young man from Southern California.
AJ from Los Angeles.
AJ from Los Angeles. These two will square off. Can we still put Nick Friedel at the top, or is Nick Friedel gone? So Nick Friedel is still going to be at the very top of the list.
Well, you need 16 teams to be. So I think everybody's making the Sweet 16 at this point. You get an automatic bye if you call into Warriors this week into the Sweet 16.
All right. Till next. Do you want to get into it?
Until next time, everyone.
Do you want to get into this?
I'll get you next Saturday on Warriors this week on 95.7 The Game.
Aftershock, the West Coast's largest rock, metal, and punk festival, returns to Sacramento this October with My Chemical Romance. When you got me what you want to know, we'll carry you. Tool. Limp Bizkit. Pierce the Veil. Plus. Suicide Boys, Queens of the Stone Age, The Offspring, A Day to Remember, Wu-Tang Clan, Sublime, Danny Elfman, Baby Metal, Public Enemy, Circa Survive, and so many more. 4 days, 135 plus bands, 5 stages. Aftershock takes over Discovery Park October 1st through 4th. My Chemical Romance, Tool, Limp Bizkit, Pierce the Veil.